messes around with Avner Gatt and his team, call Avner Gatt, 818-917-5256. 818-917-5256, or visit avnergatt.com. That's AVNERGAT, avnergatt.com. You call Avner Gatt, 818-917-5256. Avner takes the call himself. Hello!
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
FX's English teacher.
Levels, please, levels.
An F? What is this?
With grades like this, I'm gonna have to hit the corner, sir.
From executive producers of What We Do in the Shadows.
Who's running the school? Is it us or is it them? Them.
Go sit next to Tiffany.
She told me it was offensive to learn Mandarin. Because you're not Japanese.
FX's English teacher is now streaming on Hulu. All new Mondays on FX.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason in Ireland is on for your Thursday afternoon.
Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Thursday. It's a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Mason's favorite spot, Cosm LA, where Beto Duran will be there live tomorrow night for Lakers Spurs, the NBA Cup. Meanwhile, Lakers last night beat the Grizzlies at Crypto.com Arena. Johnny I's on the road, which means Ramona Shelburne's here. Momo, along with Mace and Corporate Greg. Corporate Greg last night was in the house taking in Lakers basketball as a fan with the girlfriend. We'll get Corporate Greg's assessment of the game as a fan. That's different than when you sit in media row next to Beto. It really is. You get a different perspective on things, huh? Well, let's get to it. Celebrating 20 years at ESPN Los Angeles, the biggest show on the radio. Mason in Ireland with Momo, your Thursday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Greg, did you have better seats than me?
No, you usually have better seats than everybody. So, no, absolutely not. I had Michael
Did you
Thompson
have the little end zone seats, or where were you?
It's usually that seat.
Were you next to Michael Wilbon this time?
Yeah, that's usually my spot.
Yeah, that is your spot.
But you went as a fan.
As a fan.
So
where'd you sit?
I sat in Michael Thompson's seats.
Oh, those are good seats.
They are really good
I
seats.
like
Section
those are
113.
good seats, yeah.
I could see the broadcast, but I was able to just cheer. And like, when if you're sitting in radio row right next to Beto,
you can't cheer.
You can't cheer. No clapping, no getting excited. You can't stand up and So I was able to do all of that. It just felt good to be in there as a fan.
Cool. And Gene went with you?
Yep, Gene went with me. We had a great time.
Yeah.
We saw a good win. So,
saw
that's
a
going to
good
make
win.
you feel good.
Yeah, Lakers improved to 7-4 after winning last night. Lots to be. What?
No, I don't know if I call it a good win.
Yeah, it's a good
They
win.
won.
I mean, it's.
I think that was a good win.
I
think that's
it's
a game they
win.
lose last year.
Yes,
by the way,
I agree.
It was Stu that put that game in the refrigerator, and then it started to slip away at the very, very end. And I remember. And Stu said, actually, the thing came by today. It said, they're in more trouble than you think. At one point, he said, as it got very dicey towards the end of the game. But overall, 7-4. I mean, this is the first time in 4 years that the Lakers were over 500 after 10 games, 6-4, now 7-4. So off to a really solid start, and J.J. Redick clearly knows what he's doing. I feel really comfortable about him as the head coach. His moves have worked so far. D'Angelo coming off the bench has made perfect sense. One of the things that we talked about yesterday, and it was about this time, Momo.
Okay.
So I want to put a button on this thing.
All right.
So yesterday, there was a clip that we played from Brian Windhorst.
I've heard of him.
On the Hoops Collective podcast.
Your buddy.
You have that there, Brian? Okay.
I guess Cappy moved in. They're friends now.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, after the Kings game.
Yeah.
Brian went to
he
the
was
Kings
bragging
game.
about it. He was like, Brian Windhorst is my boy now.
Nice. Good. So here's what Brian said. We played the clip yesterday.
Yeah, I'm going to apply the brakes on my everything's fine on the Bronny front with this thing that's now happening, which is that from my understanding, he's only going to play in the South Bay Lakers home games, that he's only going to kind of be a part-time G League player, and he's not getting on United Airlines and going to fly and go see these playing these road games. Now, because honestly, like, I know he was getting somewhat special treatment and nepotism. That's fine. Honestly, I don't care. Like I said, it's normal. Now I think it's actually detrimental to him. I don't like that. I don't know whose idea it was. Obviously, the Lakers are fine with it. They're doing it. I've now, on this particular instance, I think that's gone too far, and I don't think that benefits Bronny. I don't think it benefits the South Bay Lakers, and I don't think it benefits LeBron at that point. I think it'd be much better if Bronny was a more developed player by February or March by playing in G League road games.
So, Momo, you heard about this clip, and we actually sort of fished it out to you early, and you did some research. You did some reconnaissance.
Yeah.
What's really going on?
But then Dave McMenamin had a
retort. Okay, here's what Dave McMenamin said.
I will say that I did interview Joey Buss, the CEO and the president of South Bay Lakers, at the game Saturday against Utah or Salt Lake City Stars about that, how Bronny's time will be managed. And on the record, he said that we're going to take everything into consideration. If there are times where we're down on bodies, that could factor into the, injuries could factor into where he's assigned, where the schedule is, the amount of games in a certain week for South Bay versus the amount of games for the Lakers. So on the record, the Lakers have not said that, this notion that he definitively will be prioritizing Laker road games over wherever the South Bay Lakers are playing. So we have to say that.
So it sounds like Brian says that a decision has been made, and McMenamin says there is no decision made. They're going to kind of go with it. They'll take it as it comes and make decisions as they go along.
So I think the truth is closer to what Dave was saying, in the sense that this isn't like somebody made a rule saying, or a request saying he's not playing road games. Okay. It's more like, initially, this is how we think it's going to go. It's probably going to be mostly home games.
Right.
And it'll kind of go week to week or month to month, whatever's going. It'll be a little more fluid. There's not like a rule or a request. But I do think, at least initially, he will be mostly playing in the home games. Now, the thinking that I've heard is, what benefits him the most? Playing in G League home games, etc. And then the other time, what's to say that like he's going to get more out of just playing in a game in Santa Cruz or Utah or whatever it is, rather than just sitting next to his dad and listening to his dad talk about things on the bench,
right? Or
coach him in practice, or be in the meeting rooms and watching film with JJ and watching film with the developmental coaches on the team.
Right. Yeah. You play. To me, he's had a whole lifetime with LeBron, tutoring and coaching and explaining and showing and demonstrating and all the stuff.
I don't know that he has.
You don't think he has?
I don't think
you don't
that
think
they've
he's
been
picked up
sitting there.
stuff off of his dad?
We've seen videos. We've seen videos of them playing one-on-one in their backyard.
Yeah, but he's not sitting in NBA meeting rooms with player development coaches and his dad working on the finer point. He's never been on the road like that. He's never been in those rooms. He's just been at home. And LeBron, from what we saw in starting five, sleeps when he's home.
Well, let me ask
he's
you this.
getting treatment when he's home. He's not necessarily studying tape.
Is it different with anybody else? In other words, this is specifically... Jalen Hood-Schifino is not just on the bench.
Yeah.
He's playing back and forth between the two, and he's going to road games and all that stuff.
Yeah.
To me, I have always been a big Bronny defender. Like, he cannot help who his dad is. But like a lot of this sort of Nepo baby idea, it gets you in the door, but what do you do when you actually go through it?
That's where I am now. I want to know what Bronny wants.
Yes.
Like, if I'm Bronny, I want to play every game. I want to go out to Santa Cruz. I want to show the guys. I want to be able to play and practice and develop my game, but I also want to show them that, like, I'm not too good to go on the road.
Right.
Like, I want to show people, like, that's how I'm wired. I don't feel good about I don't feel like if I get an opportunity, I want to deliver on it. If I get an opportunity to do something, I don't want to blow it. I want to show that I'm not, like, you know, they always like in your career, there's a lot of things you have to do on your way up.
Sure.
The grinder work, like the stuff that you don't, oh man, I don't want to do that 5-on-5, or you know, we do those fill in the rankings or the whatever. And then you get to this point where you like have proven yourself through that stuff that you don't have to necessarily do the grinder work. But if occasionally they ask you again, don't say no. Don't act like you're too good to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a difference between, like you earn your place at some point. You say, all right, I'm in it with everybody else. I'm here to develop my game. The best way to do that is by playing meaningful minutes against other players who are at my level, and how can I grow and develop as a player?
Okay. Do you think that Bronny actually has say over this at the same time? Because the way that it's sounding,
he should.
It all goes through Rich Paul. It all goes through LeBron.
Yeah,
that
but
basically he got drafted in the spot that he got drafted in because Rich Paul said it has to be here by the Lakers.
He told Rich Paul, my dream is to play in the NBA. We have, like, you've heard those. That's what Rich Paul said on record.
He told people not to draft him.
Yeah.
There was all that narrative that went through. Basically, he was a Laker, that did not get to sign a two-way contract, all those different things. The fact is that, does he actually have say? 'Cause I want to go over to Fort Wayne. I want to go to Sioux Falls. Does he actually have that? Or because Michael Thompson said he should be playing in games.
Yeah, Michael Thompson did say you cannot
saying
replace.
He should be playing in games. Does Bronny have that ability?
I don't know. He is going to be playing in games, mostly at home at first. However, I would, if like, just for like locker room culture, but for my own development, like, at this point, I feel like it needs to start coming from within. It's not about whether the Lakers are allowing him to do anything or his dad wants this or whatever. It's like, now you stand on your own 2 feet now. Like, and if it were just from that locker room culture, I would want to go. I would want to say, I got on the bus.
Yes.
I got on the
United flight to Delaware,
whatever it
and
is.
played, worked my ass off, all that stuff.
And he is, by all accounts, a good hard worker in practice.
Yeah, there's difference between a special in, which
he got,
and special treatment, which now is apparently going to happen.
But then here's the counterpoint. Here's the counterpoint. If to me at least, the prevailing wisdom, and why we've all been okay with this, is LeBron James is your most important player. He is happy. He is super happy with the Lakers because he gets to play with his son, and I'm okay with that. Like, it's like Giannis when he plays with his brother. He's happier having his brother. If having his son on the team makes LeBron 15% better, that's great.
But what does it do to Bronny?
Right.
Does it? In other words, does he not get 15% better?
If you use him,
and what is the best use? Is it better for him to be in those meetings and in those practices and in those situations with his dad, who is one of the greatest basketball minds of all time? Or is it better for him to be in Fort Wayne?
It depends on what type of person you are. Are you somebody that learns by doing or learns by watching?
Yeah.
So, like, most people, I think I'm better by doing. You, Mason, I would assume you're better by doing.
Better by doing.
Most people are.
Get your reps. What do we say to everybody that's coming into the get your reps.
Get your reps. Get your reps.
Get on the air. Get your reps. Do that. This is his opportunity for reps. Playing for real against NBA caliber talent.
So to your point yesterday, is he in Santa Clara tonight, or is he on the flight to San Antonio to sit on the end of the bench?
Is he in Santa Cruz, or is he in
Santa Cruz?
Santa Cruz, or is he in San Antonio tomorrow night?
I don't think he's in Santa Cruz
I don't
either.
think so either.
And
Do you think he'll be in San Antonio?
I think he's in San
That's
Antonio.
where the problem lies.
Okay, but is that, and I personally, like, I know how I'm wired, right? Like, Greg, you're in here right now.
Right. Took a bunch of reps. I didn't still need more.
But you get up and you do the blue review. You did that for like a whole year.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you come in when it's appropriate, and you don't come in when it's not. And then you take the night shift when we can't find anyone, and you fill in and da-da-da.
Sure.
And, like, I feel good about you being in here because you've put your reps in and you put your time in.
Right.
And you're good, right?
Thank you.
But, like you probably are aware of the perception, correct?
Yes, very much so.
Of what perception?
Perception that I put
You're crossing
myself,
over from
crossing
producer
over.
to talent.
Yeah, but I mean, Brian, Laura, we're all talent at this
Right.
place.
Yeah, you're right.
Everybody is.
But
Everybody's
he is
talent.
leading a show. And I'm like, I am
Wait a
okay
minute.
with that.
I'm
and
leading this show. This is my show.
Can you
think
talk
you're
at
leading
your
it.
show?
I think so.
No, but he does. He leads with on the morning show or the afternoon show.
Yeah,
or
right,
when he's
right,
playing,
sure.
And I think everybody's good with it because you're good, but also because you put your time in.
Put my time in, as Bronny
That's
should
the
do.
big
I
larger
didn't,
point.
I
Bronny
did-
should do.
I didn't just sit there and I did have time watching Mason in Ireland and you, Momo,
And that's a
everybody.
gift.
I mean, like,
and that's
literally,
a gift.
if you
But was
sat next to me
doing.
at the Laker game next time, I would be like, "Hey, Greg, what's up?"
Yeah, it wouldn't
I
be like,
wouldn't
how
say-
did you get these
Exactly.
seats?
That which apparently actually did happen.
It
You
did.
did
It
say
happened.
to
A couple years ago.
Bergman
It
one
did.
time,
I was very
how did
excited
you
about that.
get these seats?
Every once in a while, that snooty
That is
Stanford
rough.
just
That is
slips
just
out.
coming
It was
through.
very like, what? I'm sitting next to a producer?
So I want to talk to Brian Cohen here for a second. And Brian, I have buried the lead to some degree today. You know what I'm talking about?
I do not.
I get to cut his hair.
No.
No, that's not happening.
That's looking safe.
Last
You're
night,
totally safe.
there was a pick on sale on Sleeper. Donovan Mitchell over 19.5.
Oh, nice.
More than 19.5. Got that. Cade Cunningham, more than 8.5 assists. Got that. Alpi Şengün, double-double.
Okay.
I got that.
That's good.
Came down to one leg of this 4-leg parlay.
Oh.
LeBron, more than 23.5 points. Going away. Hit a 4-leg
Look at
parlay
you.
last night on
Let's
Sleeper.
go.
Last night, it's so ridiculous now. I'm so into this, and I've got a wager going every single night. So last night, I was watching the Sleeper app to see if Alpi Şengün got that last point to make it a double-double. I was just sitting there watching the app. That's how I've got, because I couldn't find the Houston game anywhere.
Yeah.
So
NBA TV.
NBA
Maybe.
TV.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know
it could
what?
have been.
I can hit me later. I can probably get you a code for that.
Ooh.
Code for
NBA TV.
Oh,
Yeah, I get one of those every year.
Secret code.
Hey, Queen.
Yeah.
Secret code. Excellent.
Well, you're in the media. You're in the league.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next for you, will the Dodgers re-sign Teo? I've got a prediction on what kind of money it will take. Let me tell you about Sleeper, since I was just talking about it. I always have got a Sleeper parlay going every single night. I haven't had a chance to look at tonight yet, but I'm telling you, last night, as I mentioned, 4-leg parlay hit it, and it was 8.32 to 1. So I made some money last night. And if you want to have more fun watching basketball, and you know your guy's going to ball out, you can cash in on your talent with Sleeper Picks. This is my favorite fantasy game. You can win real money. Just pick more or less on at least 2 of your favorite player stats. And if you get them right, you win. You can pick up to 8 players to win 100 times your money. And for a limited time, Sleeper has got a special offer for NBA tip-off. New users get their first deposit matched up to $1,500. So that means if you deposit $1,500, they give you an extra $1,500. If you've already played Sleeper, they got discounted player projections every week. I hit Donovan Mitchell last night with a sale pick. Don't forget to check and see what they got this week. What are you waiting for? Download the Sleeper app. Unlock one of the fastest-growing fantasy sports apps in the world. Use code 710. They'll match up to $1,500 of your first deposit. Sleeper. Got to play it. Playing it all the time. My official fantasy sports app. Must be 18 years old. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. See terms of use for details. Play responsibly. 800-426-2537. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Here we go. This is your cue to call. On a Cosm Ticket Thursday, caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN. You win tomorrow night at Cosm for the NBA Cup A pair of general admission tickets to watch Minnesota, Sacramento in shared reality. Plus Beto Duran and ESPN LA. We're going to be in the house, in the hall for Lakers Spurs. That's what they call it, the hall. Caller number 7 right now on a Cosm Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Black Friday savings start now at Carden Alleyway Hyundai. These are brand new 2025 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid SEO convenience for just $369 a month for 36 months. Plus enjoy peace of mind driving with America's best warranty. Carden Alleyway Hyundai just off the 91 freeway or at CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com. $369 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. Includes 10,000 miles per year plus tax, license, and fees. Offer available to well-qualified buyers only. Subject to HMF credit approval. Expires 12/2/24.
Inspired by Southern California's laid-back yet active lifestyle, Travis Mathew creates premium men's and women's apparel designed to make you look and feel your best no matter the activity. Now, Travis Mathew brings that same style to USC fans with their first ever collegiate collaboration. Designed with the iconic Cardinal and Gold, this collection carries the tradition and legacy of USC. Gear up for game days and style. New customers get 20% off their first order with code 710 at travismatthew.com. That's code 710. Offer valid online only.
Lakers fans, have you seen the purple and gold live this season? Still have time to grab your seat with Lakers Ticket Exchange, the official resale marketplace of the Los Angeles Lakers. Your ticket purchase is 100% verified and secured with Lakers Ticket Exchange. Go to Lakers.com/ticket exchange on your computer or mobile device. Find your seats and you are set. That's Lakers.com/ticket exchange. Let's go, Lake Show. When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text CHEST to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone-boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text CHEST to 42424. That's CHEST to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
So, Momo, I'm gonna tell you a little something going on in Bergman, you too. Okay. So, didn't you recently have to put your cat down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like with a few months ago.
Yeah. See, I'm right at that spot with Sophie the dog.
It's really hard.
Sophie the dog is 18 years old. She's lived a really long, but it's like deciding, like, when is like super, super hard.
Ours was very obvious. It was one day she was in the garage and like was just crawled into a corner like as animals often do.
Sure.
And she was just like struggling to breathe.
Right.
She was really struggling to breathe.
You could just see it.
And it was like you could just tell it was like hard for her to breathe, and she was not. She was like struggling to walk and stand.
Right.
And then we took her to the vet.
Yeah.
And she could walk and stand, but just not much. She wasn't doing much, and she wasn't eating much. And then it was the struggling to breathe that got me. Like I picked her up, and they were like, "She's in heart failure."
See, we're not. Yeah, we're not. It's not as obvious for us.
Right.
Yeah, she's wandering around. She eats maybe half a meal a day. She doesn't really play. She's got mobility, but like I get the sense that she's like maybe a month away.
So wasn't it last year about this time you were having the same kind
thing.
of thing going on? And it was always like she's in extra time.
Yeah, she's in bonus time.
Bonus time.
Without 18,
that's for a dog. That's amazing.
This is going to sound awful, but I wish she would set her own terms and leave when she wants to leave.
Yeah, I know.
So it takes all the
So you
decision
just kind of
making
like
out of it.
look over one day and it's just
And she just doesn't wake up.
Yeah, because I felt okay. I mean, it was a little sudden because we didn't notice any kind of decline like you've been noticing.
Right.
She was slowing down, but she wasn't like struggling or anything. And it just happened like one day. Like, and probably the slowing down was our cue, but it was not noticeable like that.
Right.
So when I heard her like, you know, like struggling to breathe, and like you're like, oh, I don't want you to do, and they were like, well, we could give her, you know, like life-saving measures.
Yeah, right.
We could, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. They basically were like, the vet even said, I had a cat that this happened to fairly suddenly.
Yeah.
And I did some of that because I was able to we would basically have to bring her to the vet every day to get some kind of heart thing.
Let me throw this in here.
Yeah.
She's on Prozac and hydrocodone.
Oh, so she's chilling.
She's just hanging out right now.
She's kind of happy but chill.
Don't you always say for you yourself?
That's the way to go.
Till a day before miserable.
Day before miserable. So kind of look at it
But
that way.
how do you know when miserable is?
Right,
I think you know when you see it.
Yeah, you can see it. They stop eating completely. They go into corners.
Yeah.
They're the breathing. All that stuff.
If she stops eating, then it's easy because she's the most food aggressive dog of all time.
Well,
so,
I'm sorry you have to go through that.
Yeah. I canceled vacation for next week, and
so are you in all next week? Or you're not sure?
Not quite all week, but probably going to be a couple.
Let me
of
know
days.
because I was going to fill in for you.
As opposed to going to Hawaii for Juan's 50th birthday. I don't think we're going to go there. Yeah,
that's too bad.
Although you will appreciate this, Momo.
Yeah.
The plans are rapidly shifting.
Fluid.
But Saturday night, the idea is in Vegas to see Adele one of her final 4 shows.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you got to do that.
Yeah. See
Final 4
I
shows.
agree.
Yeah,
she's done.
Well, after this weekend and next weekend, she's not. She says she's done for a few years.
Yeah, she's been in residency at Celine's place.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she took over for Celine for a while.
Yeah, so to see her would be cool. That's kind of making the most of it. Leave for a couple of nights.
You haven't seen her yet, right?
I've never seen her. Never seen her.
You've seen most of the big acts. This is probably
Tickets are super pricey.
Well, you're taking
pricey.
You're
it's like
taking
a trip
Hawaii
to Hawaii
right.
money, exactly.
Without getting on a plane.
Yeah. So Teoscar Hernandez was talking. Where's this clip from, Laura? Teoscar Hernandez.
I will let you know right now.
Okay, listen to what he says about his experience at the parade.
Yeah, man, it just this was my 7th year in the big league, so I never had a moment like that when everybody was trying to give me that love that they've been giving me all year. That was incredible. I never had that before.
Yeah, he was great, and obviously choked up at the ceremony in Dodger Stadium.
How much is that worth?
How much is what worth?
That love.
Yeah, we're going to find out, huh? We're going to find out. He was on a $24.5 million one-year deal with the Dodgers.
It's not bad.
It is
deferred. Some of it too.
Some of it is deferred. Yep. So MLB Trade Rumors, which is a site that I trust and aggregates stuff from all over the place.
MLB Network, by the way.
That was on MLB Network. Yes. Thank you. It is 3 years and $90 million is their projection for a deal for Teoscar Hernandez. Now, to me, that is doable, manageable, doesn't break the bank. I mean, it's not my money. 32, I think, is Teoscar.
That's all right for a hitter.
So 3 years.
Yeah.
Is not crazy. It's not like a 5-year whatever deal. 3 years and 90, I think, is a doable deal. And At those terms, I would absolutely bring him back if I was the Dodgers.
Bring him back on 3 years, 90. You absolutely do it today if that's the actual deal. By the way, he's probably on MLB Network because he won the Silver Slugger Award yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So Mookie, I think it was Mookie, Shohei, Teoscar that all won Silver Sluggers, and the team itself won the best hitting team in baseball.
Best hitting team in baseball.
But
Nice.
at the same time, that's probably why it was. I think Momo, you're right. Like, it means a lot to them to see how big this community really bought into Teoscar Hernandez. He was my favorite player on this team, and I think a lot of people, other people's too. If you can get at 390, do it right now.
Okay. I have heard so many people have that kind of sentiment at the parade or right after the championship glow.
Right.
All year.
And then somebody comes along and offers them quite a bit more money.
The
and
Yankees
they
want him.
leave.
Yeah, there are
like how much is the love worth?
There are multiple teams
Yeah.
that are certainly in the Teoscar Hernandez business if they can do it.
So think about what Teoscar did. So he signed with the Dodgers on a 1-year deal when he could have gotten a 3-year deal somewhere else.
Yep.
He could have gone to the Red Sox or the Yankees or the Mets or somewhere else.
Yes.
But he signed with the Dodgers on a 1-year prove-it deal where he deferred a good amount of his money. It was to show what he can do and what he's all about, and they showed it to Los Angeles, and we all bought in.
What were
Every
the 3-year
single-
deals he turned down? Do we know what
we don't
We don't know,
range?
but his agent came out and said,
Yeah.
"See what we did?
Right.
We got 1 year big, and now we go to market. It was the right move."
Well, if the 3-year deal was like $10 million a year or $15 million a year, but what if what were those deals? Were they 20 a year?
I don't think they gave how much they
Yeah.
actually were, unless you saw something, Mace. But
I haven't seen it.
no, I haven't seen it either. But he came here and did everything that
Yeah, so he
you
proved. So
asked.
is 30 enough for him? Is 3 years enough for him?
I mean, hopefully. He's also 32 years old, so he is on the other
If somebody gives
side
him a
of 30.
5-year deal, is he going to go there?
He came here because he wanted to win, and he said it over and over again that he wanted to be somewhere where he can be in the playoffs and in the World Series hunt every single year. And you have an organization from top to bottom that is the best in class, best in the business in every single asset. Always bringing in people if they need it.
Yeah.
Always bringing in other guys, no matter what.
Okay,
so
but
being
now he's
here,
won. He
is
hasn't
part of it.
had that
So
experience.
here's Tim Kelly.
So he may leave, but-
Here's Tim Kelly, Bleacher Report baseball writer. He says the Dodgers and Teoscar Hernandez, he predicts, will eventually agree on a 3-year, $54 million contract.
That's much lower.
Much lower than 3 years, 90.
Do that too.
Yeah, you do that. for
Whatever he
sure.
wants, you just give it to him for the most part.
Yeah.
3 years, 90, fine.
Well, when hitters get a little older, like Freddie didn't sign a 10-year deal. He signed a 5 or 6-year deal, right? Freddie Freeman.
I think it was a 5-year.
5 for 160, something like that. That sounds right.
Yeah, sounds right.
Okay. So
6
Freddie-
years, 162.
There you go. Okay. And how old was he at the time?
Is this a pop quiz?
No, but
Let
I'm
me
just
go to
saying, like,
spell check.
this is what they
I got you.
usually.
I will be able to have that.
Yeah,
for
this
you
is.
in a second.
I
This
know.
is my new answer whenever
Yeah.
anybody asks me stuff
it's
that
okay.
I don't know. Is this
Yeah,
a pop quiz?
I'm just
He
saying
signed in
usually-
2022 at age 32.
There you
Okay,
go.
so there you go.
Okay. So is he looking for a Freddie Freeman type deal? Because that's what Freddie got.
That's different level. Freddie Freeman was coming off. I think it
MVP
might have been an
years.
MVP years for
Yeah.
sure, and 200 plus hits every single
Right.
year
So
for the most part.
does that get you? Where's the delta between Freddie and Teoscar? And that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
Because when you're 32, you don't get the 12-year extension.
No,
like
God,
Mookie
no.
got.
No.
You don't get a
and I don't think
13 or
he's
something.
going to be a 12-year
No.
extension guy. I mean, he's going to be 3 or 4 years max. I'm sure
You
the
get that
Dodgers would
contract
love
when
it
you're
to be
25,
3.
26.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
like that's why Juan Soto is going
Right.
to get a 13, 14
Yeah.
year deal because he's 26 years old.
Right.
Right.
It's those 6 years of your prime that people will pay extra for.
Yeah. You're like in the middle to late end of your prime.
Right.
At this point.
And so I think Teoscar, if I'm him, I want as many years as possible, and I
Sure.
would sacrifice money. But if you're deferring money and you're giving me a little extra, that's fine.
Right, and even the Freddie contract has deferred money in it.
Right.
So
Everybody
it
defers.
is possible to defer that money, get more, and just defer it down
Yeah.
the line so it doesn't hurt you in the short term. All right, coming up next for you, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. Do we have no Smallman today?
No Smallman.
No
We
Smallman.
do not. She has a conference she has to go to.
Oh, a
she
conference
apologizes
for
though.
Smallman. All right. Well, we will
Fancy.
We'll try to fill in for her. In the meantime, when you're injured in an accident, one of the first calls you get is from the other guy's insurance company. Believe me, they don't want to give you money. They do want to give you money, but you shouldn't fall for this trick. So get into an accident. Next day they say, hey, we'll give you X amount. They're offering you money to replace or repair your vehicle, but is that going to cover medical bills? Is that going to cover lost wages from missing time at work? It's safe to say the answer is no. You shouldn't have to pay any amount out of pocket to fix your car or go see the doctor, and if you're missing work in turn, it's making your paycheck less than normal. Don't do this to yourself. You know who to call. It's Jacob. Jacob will deal with the insurance company, help you with the rental car, schedule your doctor's appointments. Nothing comes out of pocket, and you don't pay a dime out of pocket. Well, Jacob takes care of you and gets you the settlement that you deserve. When you want an attorney, you want one who is respected. Call Jacob. He's the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Bronny. Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.com. Don't forget, Jacob is a proud legal partner of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC. And when you call him, make sure you tell him Mason and Shadano from 710 ESPN sent you. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Los Angeles, your Rams are back home for another primetime matchup under the lights of Sunday Night Football to take on the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday, November 24th. All eyes will be on the Rams as Matthew Stafford and Kyron Williams go head-to-head against Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. The stage is set for a primetime matchup you won't want to miss. Grab your tickets today at therams.com/PHI. Again, that is therams.com/PHI to watch your LA Rams face off against the Eagles on Sunday, November 24th at SoFi Stadium. See you at the Rams house.
Hey, John Ireland here. If you want to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. Everyone has different reasons for selling. Some people want to downsize and move. Some have inherited a property they want to get rid of, or maybe it's just time for a change. Whatever your reason for selling, Seller's Advantage has a custom solution for your needs. They'll make a competitive cash offer with no repairs needed, as they can close in days, no complicated closing process or contracts falling through. Seller's Advantage has been making sellers happy for decades, and they have the reviews to prove it. Call them today and get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747, or go to sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
FX presents American Sports Story, Aaron Hernandez.
Football is all I got. Everything's okay when I'm playing ball.
You can't make mistakes, Aaron. People are watching you.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Is there something that you want to tell me?
You don't know what kind of thoughts I have.
FX's American Sports Story, Aaron Hernandez. All new Tuesdays on FX. Stream on Hulu.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like Bear Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when tinted to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Okay, guys.
I don't know why this makes me laugh so
Every
much.
time.
It does
It's
make
so
me.
good.
It makes me
It
laugh.
it makes me laugh too.
It's our regular appearance from
It's a
Luke
great drop.
Robitaille.
It's a great drop. Okay, actually, I'm really excited that the wheel landed here because Momo's here.
Good.
And while I was prepping for the show, I saw that it's National Family PJs Day.
Okay.
National Family
PJs
PJs Day.
Pajamas
Private
Day.
jets?
No, pajamas.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Every family should
Yeah,
have a
every
PJ.
I thought
family.
it
My
was
family,
private
sure.
jet.
You
Working
know,
on it. Working on it.
It's
Yeah.
pajamas, okay? Got
pajama
it.
day. Okay, so I want to know.
Matchy matchy.
Are you guys you and Juan and the dogs, I know you don't dress up your doggies.
Wait,
but
can I guess?
Well, wait.
let me ask a question,
Yeah,
Momo.
that's the question.
Are you guys the let's match up PJs and take a picture and send it out for the holidays?
Okay,
I
it's
don't
a
know
good-
what
it's a
was
good
going on
question.
over there.
Hell no.
Why?
Absolutely not. I don't even. Does anybody even own pajamas anymore?
I do.
You might, Mom. You've got. No, you don't.
No, you don't wear pajamas?
I just
They're
wear
very
sweat. I wear
comfortable.
sweats
Shorts
to bed.
and a shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, I wear sweats to bed. I don't.
Comfy, whatever.
Are sweats not pajamas?
No.
Oh, you're talking like
Sweats
the
are
old
sweat.
school like
Yes.
flannel pajamas?
Matching top and
Yeah.
bottoms.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't
Yeah.
do the matchy top
Yeah,
and
matching
bottom,
tops and
but I
bottoms.
do have
like,
PJs.
Like when you
So-
were a little kid.
There was a time when I thought that would be fun to be like that family.
Oh,
to buy
really?
the
Oh, you
like
did so
I think
good
I
on
did
a
it
Christmas
once.
card,
Yeah.
everybody in their
or
jammies in
even
front
just
of
Hanukkah
you.
card.
So
or
Yeah.
even
cute.
just the gram, even just an IG
Sure.
post. You know, that's good content. But I did that. I bought the matchy stuff once,
Right.
And at the time we just had Daniel, and Daniel's just like Daniel's not going to do anything he doesn't want to do.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. Like you're going to put it on him, and he's going to be like no, and it's going to cause a huge tantrum, and then the picture is going to be like screaming child, and you're
Right.
like nah.
I mean, that's just your family, though. So if you send it out with the screen
Yeah.
child, it's like, look,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
just
Yeah.
us. Who
That's who
cares?
I am, baby. That's
Right.
who I am.
Daniel's
Laura,
on a
do you
stage.
have-
He likes to sleep with his shirt off.
Do you do you
that's his
have
thing.
matching pajamas,
Okay,
Laura?
so I do have PJs,
Okay.
and I actually for the first time, Christian in the boot, and I took like the PJ picture last year.
Did you put it out? I didn't get one.
No, I didn't like send it out like that, but I think I posted a video on it or whatever on the gram. And this year, I'm like, oh, let's do it again. So he helped me pick them because he's like, you're just gonna do this, so I'm fine.
Was
Okay.
he into it though?
Smart man, by the way.
He is kind like he's not fighting me. He's not jumping for joy, but he's not like, where's the drop? The drop or whatever.
Yeah,
like
He's reading something.
Oh, okay. But
Yes.
thank you. I knew it was in there. But
Yes.
so yes, he's kind of in. I want to say like maybe 40% in, and he helped pick the PJs, and it
Oh,
says
okay,
"What
that's-
the elf" on ours or something
I
like that.
Brian, you know you and Allison do this picture every year.
Oh, of course, every year. No, I've never done this once in my life. Even when I was a kid, I don't think I ever
Do you
really
put like
had.
the Hanukkah bush behind
When-
you?
Well, when we were little kids, we all had
the
jammies.
menorah next to it.
We all had jammies when we were little kids, right?
Always basketball shorts.
We always
Right,
called
yeah.
them jammies.
Basketball shorts and sweats.
Jammies. We call them
Yeah,
jammies.
jammies.
Let's
Yeah.
put your jammies on.
Put your jammies
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
I mean, there is kind of nothing cuter than dressing up like a 2-year-old boy in pajamas and
Right.
like matchy
Sure.
pajamas. Like I have lots of pictures of my kids wearing cute things like that.
Yeah.
But I also I know my kid. He's not going to do that. Like, I mean, maybe one day I'll try it again, but I don't know. Until then, I don't want to spend $100 on matchy family
Right, yeah,
pajamas that
no.
he's not going to wear.
If you're that family, like, cool, good for you. That's
Yeah.
I like that you have that whole thing with your entire family. You're great together.
Yeah.
I am
Oh, it's
not
adorable.
Interested. It is adorable.
Yeah,
I'm not
do not.
interested in
And
it
by the way,
whatsoever.
does anybody still send Christmas cards?
I do.
I got
Do you
some.
still send? I never get any Christmas. I know. I do.
Momo.
I got one
I
from
sent
you
it
last
from
year.
you.
I get
Yeah,
Christmas
Momo.
cards. I got one from you.
Yeah.
You're right.
Rebecca sent me one of her and her little girls. It was
So
cute.
here, let me. There's a thing. Somebody sent this to me, and it really helped me do the Christmas cards.
Yeah.
It's called Postable.
Okay.
And you just send it to, you just text everyone, and they fill it out on their, they fill out your address, etc., and then they mail them for you. You don't have to like fill it out
Well,
or
that's
anything like
kind of
that.
half-assing it.
Yeah, you're not actually
Yeah,
doing
totally.
it.
Yeah, you're
No,
not
but
actually
she
doing
did
it.
it. She sent
But
the
I
text.
did the text.
But you're
and
not going through the whole like ascribing the
time for
address
that?
and.
What's time for that?
Exactly. Nobody
putting
got
in the
time for
love.
that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a lot. of
Oh
work.
my God, Brian! You're not putting in the love.
I used to.
It is love.
I used
Right.
to fill out every single one of those, and I would sign it. And for certain people, I would like write a little message.
Oh, yeah,
And
so
then
it-
it's like, do you want a card or do you want, or you don't want a card?
Now it says "Happy Holidays," signed AI.
So I'll tell you, I don't get a Christmas card from my refugee family.
Yes.
They send me Halloween cards. So every year they take a picture of Halloween.
That's interesting.
I don't know about your refugee family. Who's your refugee family?
I had a refugee family. It's basically my best friends and their kids. I'm the godfather to their kids.
Okay.
And they stay with me for like 6 months.
Why do you call them the refugee
because
family?
They lived in his apartment for how long?
6 to 8 months.
Oh, I thought this was like some charitable thing.
No,
adopted a
Well, honestly, it seems pretty charitable.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't pay
They're
anything.
not
I
real
just wanted
refugees.
Them.
but
They're like my best friends.
Yeah, you're helping them out. It's
Yeah,
all
I was
right.
helping.
Yeah.
So they send Halloween cards every year, and they do it all on the internet. And he writes a whole message to us. And it's
I
all
did
on my
used to
fridge.
fill them
I got
out.
like 4 or 5
That's
of them.
actually really cute.
I like that.
I think it's cute, and I'm healing my inner child. Sorry.
Can I just ask a question? What happened to the interns, Tom and Jerry?
I
Where
don't
did
think
Tom
that
and Jerry
They're
go?
not a mouse and a cat.
Yeah, they're not Tom and Jerry.
Robbie
Wasn't
and
it Tom and
Robbie
Jerry?
and
Robbie and
Robbie and Jerry.
But it would
What
be
happened
better if
to
they
them?
were Tom and Jerry.
Tom
Robbie
and Jerry.
is no
I
Jerry.
think we just decided that they're Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
Robbie
it is.
and
Now Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry.
I think they're afraid of being in this space because every time, except for Chrissy, she'll sit here.
Yep.
But the boys, for whatever reason.
Well, Chrissy and I covered the parade together,
You
so we're tight.
You're
I don't know
tomorrow.
Tom and Jerry well. All right, coming up next for you
Tom and
is
Jerry.
It's great. I gotta just lean in.
is LeBron thinking about retirement? Came up last night after the game. We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Your USC Trojans are back at the Coliseum this Saturday as they take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Coverage begins at 11 a.m. with the Trojan Tailgate Show. Kickoff from the Coliseum at 1 p.m. Saturday's game is presented by United Airlines. And you'll hear all the coverage on 710 a.m. and the all-new ESPN LA app and KNX 1070 a.m. So when we go to Lakers basketball on 710 around 3:30, hear the rest of the coverage on KNX 1070 a.m. and the all-new ESPN LA app. That's this Saturday, USC Nebraska.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs. Woohoo! If so, your holiday's now even more magical because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Drive away now in the Hyundai Santa Fe with 1.99% APR for 72 months. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end December 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
You never expect a game-ending double play, walk-off grand slam in the World Series, or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Travis with DeMarco and Evan Cohen.
Only one all-star team you can call to pinch hit for you, the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call this number, 213-747-2000.
Don't get struck out by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation that you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team hit it out of the park for you.
Lakers fans, take the purple and gold with you wherever you go by downloading the Lakers app, presented by BBGO. With the Lakers app, get the latest team news, live updates, in-game highlights, photos, and more. Available in the App Store for free. Don't miss any of the action as the season continues. And always be game day ready. The Lakers app has you covered. Download now to your iPhone or Android. Let's go, Lake Show.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football. 710 ESPN.
You know, I think Tom and Jerry's, they're both really good.
Which one's the cat? Which one's the mouse?
Jerry's the cat.
Tom is the cat.
Tom is the cat. Yeah,
Jerry,
Tomcat.
Jerry's the
Tom
mouse.
Cat.
Okay.
Jerry's the mouse.
So that means that
Robbie.
Robbie is the cat.
Because
Right,
he's Tom.
Robbie's the cat. Yeah, apparently
Sorry
his name
for
is
Jerry.
really Robbie.
So to catch the listeners up who have no idea what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
no, we
have
met
some
two new interns, yeah.
And they both have this cute little mustache. And I was like, oh, that's kind of a good. You both have a similar look. And one of them's named Robbie and one of them's named Jerry. But we've just decided they're Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
And
So
Morales
much
calls
easier.
them the Filipino boy band.
I heard that too.
Are you serious?
I heard that too.
That's what they call all the interns.
So
Jerry's not Filipino.
He's not.
no, but
Neither
it's-
is Adrian, by the way.
And by the way, and his
I don't
name's
met
not Tom
Adrian.
either. So
I don't know who Adrian is.
Everyone is Shane.
We're all winging it. They're all Shane and Chrissy. All right, so this is interesting from last night. Lakers win last night. They beat Memphis, and they improved to 7-4 now as they head out to the road. San Antonio and New Orleans will be the next two stops. But last night, one of the things that happened was that after the game, they were talking to LeBron about how much longer he is going to play.
My guess is they were asking him that because he had yet another triple-double. And usually those questions are like, yet another triple-double. How long can you keep doing this and being this great?
Yeah, that sounds like exactly the context.
Just
And he
guessing.
said, not much longer.
Okay.
That was his answer, not much longer. So here is Shams on whether or not this might be LeBron's last season.
Both of them are on their A game, and if they're healthy, this team has a chance 1,000%. We're never going to see...
Has a chance for what?
To compete for a championship. When you think about, they made the Western Conference Finals a couple years ago. We know they won a championship together as a duo in the bubble that first year that LeBron was in L.A. We're never going to see this again. Stephen A., this man is about to be 40 years old next month. His best three-point percentage of his career, his best free throw percentage of his career. He's got the second most assists of his career, and that's with the lowest usage rating of his career, and that's because he's having to be around the orbit of Anthony Davis, and that's why when they brought in J.J. Redick, everyone made that a LeBron James hire, and of course, that podcast didn't hurt, but everything was centered around Anthony Davis and how would he fit into J.J. Redick's offense, and he is at the orbit of everything, and LeBron James is finding ways around that. And I found it interesting this week. He said he's not going to play until the wheels fall off, right? And my sense is next season could potentially be his last season in the NBA. Now, could he play another season after that, 2026, 27? Potentially. Bryce James, his youngest son, class of 2025. Maybe Bryce James keeps him around an extra year or two. But I do think next season, All-Star game in LA, there might be some good momentum there for that. But I think for now, this team, the way they're constructed, they need Jared Vanderbilt back. They're hopeful he's going to be back at some point soon. And they do have two first-round picks they can trade, too.
Okay, so buried in there was LeBron said he's not going to play till the wheels come off.
Yep.
He suggested that maybe next year would potentially be the last year. What's your sense of that, Momo?
Well, that lines up with his contract.
Yeah.
And the All-Star game is in L.A., but isn't it at Intuit Dome?
Is it an Intuit Dome?
so.
Probably. Yeah, probably. You
That
get
would
a
make
new
the most sense.
build a new building, get an
You get an
All-Star game.
Yeah, it's Chase Center this year. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
I can't look. I don't get the sense that LeBron is a guy who wants to hang around as less than LeBron.
Right.
And this is a little bit what Bob Costas said. Bob Costas is stepping away from doing play-by-play.
Yeah.
He said, I can no longer meet my past standard.
Right.
That's why he's – and I think LeBron would be that. I don't want to hang around and not be the LeBron James that everybody knows.
I thought that for a while, but recently I have not.
You have not?
Because of Bronny.
Oh, okay.
I'm serious. Like, when you're around it, it's he seems like a different person with Bronny around. Like, everybody who hates on Bronny, except I understand why you'd say that, the Nepo stuff, whatever. It is making LeBron James happy, and he seems rejuvenated to me. So, and Shams pointed out, he has another son who's pretty good.
Right.
Bryce is really good, and he's longer and stronger maybe than Bronny even. And
That's
so I
2
think,
years away, right?
Yeah. And then wait a minute, we get to the 2028 Olympics, which are here in Los Angeles.
LA, yeah.
So there's a lot of off ramps, and he's already defied how long somebody can be at a great level. But Tom Brady played until he was like 44, right?
Right.
45. And
Yes.
even then, he started to decline a little bit, but he was still pretty good.
Well,
He won a Super Bowl, then came back.
Yeah, and then
called
the
it.
last year he wasn't. I don't know if he wasn't as good or the team wasn't as good. They went out early in the first round or something.
they did. Yeah,
but
LeBron's skill level is always going to be at the top of his game. Like, for the most part, he can play every single game. His body is built to play how he's playing right now. He's that talented at what he does.
Yeah.
And now he's the oldest guy who ever completed 3 straight triple doubles.
It's everything he does is going to be the oldest guy to do.
Yeah.
So, but either way, but it's about whether he wants to win championships, right? Because is this team in 3 years still going to be there to win championships? If he's there to play with his son, that's one thing. If he's there to try and win championships,
I don't think he's
going to
play on like a lottery team just to play with his son.
Right.
But this team is still in playoff contention.
This team is in playoff contention, and honestly, they are. I think this team has the capability of winning 47 to 50 games this year.
This one, yeah,
47 to 50 games. I
They
would bet
they have to make some
I
changes.
would bet that they're in that range. They won 47 last year. I think you could say JJ
a little better, this
JJ
year.
improved. And by the way, Dalton Connect last night was just could not miss.
That was the Dalton Connect game.
Yeah, that's the
gonna be
guy we were
game
looking
that kind of
for.
like pushes him forward into what we are hoping him to be. He shot with confidence. He shot all over the floor.
Yep.
I thought he looked great.
I thought it was a good win for them after they got the pregame news on. Well, I think they knew about it yesterday, obviously, with Jackson Hayes and his foot and stuff. He stepped on somebody at practice.
Right.
But, you lose a big like that, and then Christian Wood is still a ways away. Jared Vanderbilt, you keep hearing he's 2 weeks away from being 2 weeks away.
I've always heard this.
2 weeks away from
He's
being
close,
2 weeks away.
He's close. He's close.
Yeah, he's close.
But
He's
so
been
that's
close
why
for-
it hurt so bad that
Yeah.
Anthony Davis got those 5 fouls
Right.
in the third quarter. Then you were stuck with just Christian Coloco, who is not great.
Yeah, since Jackson
But they
Hayes is hurt
still
now.
won the game.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
came back.
Like-
LeBron willed them to that
But
win
like
with,
that's
with
the
Dalton
point where
Connect.
those are the games those are the difference between winning 44 and 49.
Yeah.
Those games right there. It's like you don't have the depth in the front court. You still don't have Vanderbilt back. I think they're still figuring. They still need to get much better performances from Max Christie and Gabe Vincent.
Get anything out of Gabe Vincent
know.
at this point.
Just
anything.
a point. Like
Laura
one
said
point,
she's
I'll
like
feel,
one
I'll feel
for
better.
Gabe Vincent is 1 for 100 from 3 since he got here. What is it?
59. He's taken 59 threes and only made 8 of them in a
8
Laker
of
uniform.
59
in his Laker career. He also two of his last 5 games. So his 2 games in November, he scored 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists.
By the way, 8 of 59 is 13%.
There's no
And, I mean, his defense is fine, but
It's
not.
fine. It's not-
But
he's
it's
not-
not something you're like, oh, we got to keep this guy on the floor for that.
I mean, he's
Show me somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, there was a game. He had a game last week where he played 18 minutes, and like I don't know if there's anybody that leaves fewer fingerprints on a game than Gabe Vincent.
He didn't even take a shot.
He didn't
in
even
that
take
game.
a shot in the game. Did he take a shot last?
Yeah,
he was 0 for 6 with 4 missed threes.
4 missed threes, yeah.
Yeah.
So he just cannot hit a bucket. And so his defense, while it's okay, is not to the level of we need this guy on the floor. He's not a great ball handler.
Yeah. So I just came across this. I don't know if technically it's breaking. It was said yesterday. But Jeff Passan writes, the Dodgers will not chase Soto.
Good.
Ohtani's presence as a designated hitter would leave them with limited options should Soto's defensive range force a move.
Smart.
And that's true because he projects as a DH.
Yeah.
Soto
eventually.
does. We saw him play a really shaky right field in the World Series.
You know that he's a Gold Glover in right field.
Yeah, but
how did that happen?
But he's like a lumbering guy out there.
No, he's such a lazy defender. That was something that I really hated seeing in the World Series.
Passan adds the team would gladly consider him in the unlikely event his market softens.
Huh.
Yeah, that's not happening.
You know what I like about that report?
What?
Is the Dodgers are not allowing themselves to be used.
Right, they're not going to get played.
They're not going to get played for leverage.
Yep.
Which is interesting.
By the way,
because
which you want to be played for leverage because then you're sticking it to the other guy.
Yeah. You're sticking it to the whoever's going to bid him up.
Yeah, screw the Mets.
But does that stop you from talking to guys like Teo or Max Fried or
I don't
some
know.
other
Does
people?
it if you're just really ponying up the market? If you're just the stalking horse?
I mean, that's up
I
for-
think it's depressing the market overall, which then helps you get Teo for 3 for 54. If that's
Right.
That brings everything down because if you're not putting up high numbers for him, then other people are going to go lower too.
Right.
So it sounds like Mets, Yankees, Red Sox, Blue Jays.
Yeah, Blue Jays make the most sense to me.
In what way do they make the most sense?
So they have a good young team.
They do.
There are aggressive owners. They went right after Shohei. We all thought he was going to Toronto last year at some point. That they want a big star there. They want to pony up the money for a big star. It seems like at a young age to go along with Vladdy and Bo Bichette, it seems like a good place for him to go. I don't know what the state or the taxes are up there, but I think it's
high.
Is it high?
Yeah.
Okay, so that might be an issue. But at the same time, that seems like a good spot for Soto.
Right. Although the other two teams chasing him are both playoff teams. I mean, the Yankees and the Mets, both playoff teams. I actually think at the end of the day, Steve Cohen will not be outbid here.
Oh.
I think the Mets are going to get him. I think the Mets.
Makes
I don't
sense.
know what it's going to be. It's probably going to be 600. What I've read is 14 years, 600 million. How about that?
That's good for you. Go get
14 years, 600 million.
He feels like the kind of guy where it's important for him to top Shohei.
Oh, you think he needs to get
He's
to
gonna
7?
go over 700, you think?
Oh, I bet you Boris wants to.
I think they want to
set
top
the mark. Yeah,
But he doesn't go. He doesn't pitch and hit at the same time, and he's a bad defender. I don't know. He's an amazing ball player for who he is, especially at 26.
He's
Too much
definitely
money.
the scariest hitter I saw in the postseason. Every time he stepped to the plate, I was like, "Oh God, just get through Soto."
But
especially the way Judge was hitting, it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh God, get through Soto."
Get through
Judge
Soto. Just
was
put him on
about to come
base.
around too.
Yeah.
He
was.
He was about to
He
turn.
finally started connecting with the ball.
Yep.
Actually hitting it, not whiffing.
I was relieved when that's.
I know,
That's
like
why I
another
did not want the
game?
series to come back here. No, not at all.
Also, you went to the best game.
I was at the best game, yeah.
You
I was
already
at the
went to
best,
the best game.
It was crazy. It was crazy. All right, coming up next for you. Actually, Miggy Rose said something about Freddie Freeman. I want to play coming up next. And should the no, I'm going to do this one. Is Matthew Stafford close to done as a Ram, or is he close to done as an NFL quarterback altogether? We'll do that coming up next. Mason in Ireland, Momo's here, Bergman's here, Cohen's here, Laura's here, 710 ESPN.
And it is a Cosm Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen every hour as you get your tickets to join us tomorrow night at Cosm. You'll win a pair of general admission tickets to watch Minnesota, Sacramento in shared reality, unlike anything you've ever experienced. Plus, you can hang out with Beto Duran at ESPN LA in the hall as Beto broadcasts live Lakers pregame and post. How about that? A Cosm Ticket Thursday. Just listen for the cue to call. Be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you win your way in on a Cosm Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL, realfathersrights.com/710, or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights, the Father's Rights Attorneys.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Hey football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
To help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience, the LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming LAX.
Los Angeles, your Rams are back home for another primetime matchup under the lights of Sunday Night Football to take on the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday, November 24th. All eyes will be on the Rams as Matthew Stafford and Kyron Williams go head-to-head against Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. The stage is set for a primetime matchup you won't want to miss. Grab your tickets today at therams.com/PHI. Again, that is therams.com/PHI to watch your LA Rams face off against the Eagles on Sunday, November 24th at SoFi Stadium. See you at the Rams house.
Max Bankman, I'm the new doctor.
Welcome aboard the Odyssey.
ABC Thursdays.
This ship is heaven. We're tending to our passengers' dreams. I'm in.
From 911 executive producer Ryan Murphy comes a splashy new drama on a luxury cruise ship with Joshua Jackson and Don Johnson.
It's your job to keep everyone alive.
She's in VFib. 1, 2, 3. Clear.
I have a pulse. You're going to be okay.
Dr. Odyssey. Thursdays, 9/8 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
In 2021, LSU finished with a disappointing 6-7 record. Luckily for them, a new head coach in Chip Kelly and a quarterback from Arizona State, Jaden Daniels, arrived in Baton Rouge. They lead LSU to the 2022 SEC Championship game and defeated Purdue in the Citrus Bowl to finish 10-4. Kelly and Daniels made that 2021 season like it never even happened.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Oh, it's your song.
She forgot that I existed, and it's half my fault. I just like to play the victim. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas, and I'll dream each night. I love this song. Do you know Noah Khan?
You have talked about Noah Khan, and that's how I know him.
Put on a great show. Up at the, it was at Berkeley. They had the big outdoor amphitheater, and that's where we saw Noah Khan. We missed him at the Hollywood Bowl. You know who's playing right now,
Who's
Momo?
that?
Sting is playing.
Really?
At the Wiltern Theater, which is a really
I've been
small
there.
venue. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful theater. Sting is there for multiple nights now.
You should go.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Go to Sting.
I saw Sting in concert once. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, I bet he is.
In fact, this concert we've talked about on the air because it's one of the few times Ireland and I have socialized outside of ESPN LA.
I love that you guys don't like hang.
Yeah, no, we're in different worlds.
I love
You
that.
like that? Why do you like it?
I like it too.
I'm sure you do. Ireland likes it too. But
Yeah, no.
Why do you like it?
It's just part of the mystique.
The magic?
It's part of the legend of Mason and Ireland.
Well, the reason the show works is because we're so completely different.
Yeah.
Right. You can be in the same room together. But
Oh, yeah, in the same room. We happened to go see Sting with Annie Lennox opening at the Hollywood Bowl, and it was amazing. So
Right.
Sting, and you don't know how long Sting's going to be around. How long is he going to be Sting?
Yeah, right.
All right, so have you joined the Blue Sky social
let me try
media
to see
app?
if I can do it right now. I just downloaded the app. Let's see.
So
it doesn't take long. It's super easy. It's old Twitter, and I love it.
Yeah, there's a new social media platform called Blue Sky. It was started by Jack Dorsey, who's the guy that started Twitter. And the app has gone from, let's see, there have been 15 million downloads of the app this week. So a lot of people are jumping into this thing.
That's
and
a lot.
And it's really good. And the current, like Richard Deitch, I'm just looking at people.
he's
Mina Kimes, Sarah Spain, Pablo Torre, Rachel Nichols.
So Mina Kimes and Howard Beck, who you obviously know Howard Beck, Momo, they're trying to bring over all of the NBA and NFL people over to Blue Sky. They are ushering them in right now.
And no porn bots.
Uh-oh, somebody took my handle.
No, somebody
Someone
has
has
Ramona
Ramona
Shelburne.
Wait,
No.
Momo. It might be you because I thought somebody took my handle and it was me.
Yeah, I
'Cause
did
got it
exactly the
forever
same
later.
thing.
Oh.
I thought somebody had Venice Mason. As it
So-
turns out, I was the
Yeah.
one that had previously registered it.
Oh, maybe I did.
Maybe
Okay.
you did. Yeah, no.
Or be Momo. Just lean into Momo.
Yeah, Well,
Momo
but-
Shelburne.
No, the best thing is to have it all
Yeah.
one
yeah.
thing. Like, are you
Branding.
all one thing yet?
Greg Bergman.
Just Greg Bergman
on
on all?
Blue, no, not yet. On Blue Sky, I'm Greg Bergman. I can't get it anywhere else.
You can't get Greg Bergman on Twitter?
No, not Twitter or Instagram.
I tried to buy Steve Mason.
Yeah?
Yeah. Guy wanted $10,000. I'm like, I don't
No.
need it that bad.
You can give it.
Some guy in England was like, yeah, $10,000.
I know.
Nah, man,
No,
I'm
thank
good.
you. No, thank you. But Blue Sky's the new thing. I'm on there. Go ahead and follow me at Venice Mace. Follow Bergman at Greg Bergman. Follow Laura at Unique.
UNEEQ. Yes.
And Brian Cohen, follow him on
Twitter.
Yeah.
There we go. That's right. Actually, it's X, but yeah.
No,
Brian.
don't be that guy. Don't be that guy, Brian.
Nobody knows what X
Always
is.
be Twitter to me.
Same.
Fuera, Brian.
Yeah.
Fuera.
All right, so Matthew Stafford had a rough game on Monday night at SoFi Stadium against the Dolphins, and it was not entirely his fault. He didn't have a great night, but the Rams' offensive line was a mess with Jonah Jackson at center. The snaps weren't consistent. Joe Noteboom at tackle was just beaten all night long. Steve Avila was not at game speed. McVay said to us yesterday that he thinks there are going to be adjustments made to the offensive line. We don't know necessarily what they're going to be yet, but it's going to be critical for Sunday at New England. Now, I mentioned Matthew Stafford. If you take his games this year, aside from the Minnesota game where he really lit it up, he's got 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions in 8 games with a quarterback rating of 85. Those are like Zach Wilson numbers.
Yeah.
Those are like you take out the Minnesota game.
Is that with Puka and Cutback?
Well, no. Remember, so there have been 9 games this year, right?
Right, yeah.
1 was the Minnesota game. 6 of them, I think, were without Cup.
So
and
what are
Puka.
see what his numbers are with Puka and Cup? That makes a huge difference.
Well, on Monday he had him.
Yeah, and he did absolutely
Yeah,
nothing.
didn't-
that was
nothing
more
with him.
Puka though. Puka didn't look very good.
I honestly think it was. I didn't think either wide receiver was problematic. I just thought Stafford 4 sacks and 5 quarterback hits just didn't get any time at all.
Well, that was your offensive line you were talking about.
That was the offensive line issue. But I heard DeMarco say today, and he may be right, this may be it this year for Matthew Stafford with the Rams.
How did he say it? Like DeMarco was sad about saying it?
Well, what they
calling
did,
it like it is?
Here's what they did. They took a bunch of his money from next year and moved it into this year.
Oh.
So next year, there is maneuverability for either the Rams to get out of it or for Stafford to get out of it. And if you're looking at Stafford, I mean, the guy's like 10 all-time in passing yardage. He's won a Super Bowl. I mean, I would understand him walking away at this point.
He's 37?
36.
He's done basically all he needs to do. He's going to be
still young for a quarterback. Like those guys can play till they're 40.
But he's got a family. He's got little kids. He's got. I mean, we were talking about a guy yesterday who Ireland brought up. A guy who's worth 500 or family fortune is $500 million, and he's playing center.
Wow.
In the NFL, it's like if you're worth $500 million, do you do that? If you're Matthew Stafford and you've made, I don't know, $300 million, whatever it is in his career, you're 36 years old, you're married, you got beautiful family.
Yeah.
Do you say, all right?
And it really depends on what goes on with the Rams for next year, right?
Yes.
'Cause they're most likely making the playoffs is. It's possible. It's possible.
It's
but
100% possible.
It's
No,
just-
don't say it's kinda. It's not kinda. It's 100% possible.
I think he likes to work. I think he likes to play. Like, you work because you like to work, right?
Correct,
Like,
yes,
you
I
will
do.
not want to retire.
No, I will not.
Right. I work because I like to work, but I would definitely transition. I would definitely I would make modifications to how I work. Right. I would do something different one day. Like as I got older, I wouldn't necessarily want to be jumping on planes and et cetera. Right. But I think that like guys like Matthew Stafford, it just depends on whether what you're running towards. Are you running towards that family man life and coaching the high school football team, or are you hanging on to the last couple of years? Because like once you're done, you're done.
Right.
You can't. It's kind of hard to sit out a year and come back.
Yeah, it is very tough.
It's about winning though for him, I would assume.
Yeah.
It's like if he feels like he's going to win another Super Bowl with the Rams, I think he sticks around for a little while. But do you, Mace? Do you think he's going to end his career as a Ram?
Yes.
So no matter what, he's not going to go to another team like Minnesota or another team that's right on the edge.
I think he'll be in the broadcast booth next year.
Next year?
Really?
I do.
Okay, so you think it's over now?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
He's the guy that, like an Aaron Donald, that walks away before the injuries force him to decline.
Yeah. I see him as an analyst and a really good one.
I know agents who have talked to him 10 years ago about, hey, when you make that transition, we want to be your agent.
Yeah,
right? Like
right.
he's already been recruited by people because they see that in him. The question is he ready? And also, the reason I don't think that, Mace, and you may have some information that I don't know about, because sometimes you do.
What do you mean sometimes I do? A lot of the
Subtle
time
shade.
I do. Damn.
How did you get these
How
seats?
did you get these seats? Sometimes you have information.
Sometimes you say things with a lot of confidence because you do know something.
Correct.
Yeah. But the Rams are the type of organization that would put a plan into place, that would have something lined up, and they wouldn't just let themselves flail with no strategy for what to do at that position.
But so I think a lot will be determined by the way the Rams finish this year.
Okay.
So they're 4-5 right now.
Yeah.
They're a game and a half out of first in the NFC West.
It was a major bummer on Monday.
That was a big loss.
Huge,
big loss. Can't say it another
painful,
way.
disastrous loss.
I know.
For them on
Aikman was
Monday.
just piling on them.
If they do not win on Sunday at New England, then I think the season sails. You can't afford to lose to the bad teams, and this is one of the bad teams on their. They've got games with Philly, they got games with Buffalo, they got really tough games coming up.
How
So you
far
got
are
to
you
win
going?
you got to beat the bad ones.
So how far are you going? Are you saying if the season sails, are you now sitting Stafford and having someone go?
Yeah, I heard DeMarco say this earlier. I don't think you can justify sitting Stafford.
No, I don't think you can either. But if the season sailed, what is he being
I
out
don't
there?
think you
And if
sail
that's-
with
if
6
that's-
losses in this division.
and
What do
also
you
another
say to
question.
Kevin Dotson? What do you say to Cooper Kupp? What do you
Yeah.
say to any of these guys?
I
Don't
agree
play
with you.
if you're out of it?
No, 100% not. You play everybody. But also at the same time, if you're saying that he's not going to be on this team this year, why was it not entertained that they traded him at the trade deadline? Especially if he's
Because
not going
they
to be
were
here next
in
year.
it.
Because they were in it.
It was 2-6.
No,
2-5. What was it?
No,
1-4. 1-5,
no.
something
It
like
was
that?
3-4.
Was that 3-4?
Yeah, it was a 3-4.
A couple weeks before
moved
that.
to 4-4.
Yeah.
Moved to 4-5. I mean, honestly, I understand why they
But
didn't
if you
move anything
don't
at the
think
trade
he's
deadline.
going to be here next year, and all it took was the one loss
You're
to Miami
trying to
say,
win in
I get it.
2024. That's what they're trying to do right now, and they still have a chance to do that. They still have a chance to be a playoff
They do.
team. They're in
In
a
the NFC
terrible
West.
division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Arizona's what, 6-4 now?
6-4,
Yeah.
and the 49ers are 5-4.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
And the Rams are 4-5, so they're a game and a half out of first.
Yeah, they're a game and a half out of first, but they have a lot of work to do to get into the
Correct.
playoff.
And that's why
for
I
the
say
7th spot, too.
It's not so much the loss, it's who you're losing to.
Right.
Because if you look at the rest of the Rams schedule, the Rams schedule has got some beast opponents in it. Buffalo is going to be here. Philly's going to be here. I mean, those games. If you lose to Buffalo, I get it, but you better beat New England.
Yeah,
you got to beat the bad teams. And
is that in New England or is it here?
It's at New England.
Ooh,
10 a.m.
cross-country.
start on Monday. I don't know. Is cross country really a thing?
Yeah, I mean, well, Miami came across country and just beat the Rams.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know if it's really.
What's the
thing,
weather like in
but-
Boston this
Well,
Saturday?
in the winter, it's probably not going to be
Yeah,
warm.
It's 42 degrees in Boston as we
It's 80
speak.
and sunny degrees in Boston. I'm just kidding.
No, it is not. All right,
not.
coming up next, have you ever tried toad venom?
No.
No.
I know of one guy who has.
Oh.
And we'll see if it helps him this week. I'll explain coming up next. In the meantime,
This
the place to experience watching the games like never before is Cosm, Los Angeles, right next to SoFi in Inglewood. Beto Duran is going to be broadcasting live from Cosm tomorrow for the pregame and postgame shows as the Lakers battle the Spurs in their first NBA Cup matchup. You can hang out with Beto, win prizes, watch the Purple and Gold Friday at Cosm. I'm telling you, it's amazing. You will be blown away. It's hard for me to even put into words. If you've seen it, you know. It's immersive shared reality. Like when you watch a game at Cosm, like an NBA game at Cosm, it feels like you're in the game. It feels like you're sitting courtside. It's just an incredible experience. It will revolutionize how you experience the NBA. Use our exclusive discount code right now, ESPN LA. Get 20% off any NBA event in November. Again, our exclusive discount code. You've heard me talk about this. Get there, see it. Use code ESPNLA for 20% off any NBA event in November. Get your tickets right now at Cosm.com. That's C-O-S-M, Cosm.com. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Here we go. This is your cue to call on a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN. You win tomorrow night at Cosm for the NBA Cup. A pair of general admission tickets to watch Minnesota, Sacramento in shared reality. Plus Beto Duran and ESPN LA. We're going to be in the house, in the hall for Lakers Spurs. That's what they call it, the hall. Caller number 7 right now on a Cosm Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy here, and I want to talk about my friend Avner Gatt, a public adjuster. Now, many of you guys have asked me, why Avner Gatt? What makes his team so unique at handling insurance claims? So let me tell you something. I've been working with Avner and his team for a while. I can tell you this. Avner Gatt has a dynamic team that's highly effective and successful because these folks come from a very diverse background in the insurance industry. For example, some of them used to work for insurance companies before they joined Avner's team. Yes, they actually chose to switch sides when they realized the effectiveness of Avner's team's work. Some of them used to be in the restoration business, rebuilding homes after disasters. Some of them used to be in the contents handling business, moving homeowners' belongings to a safe place for restoration and storage. Some of them were experts in hazardous materials handling, like asbestos and lead testing. That was their daily work. And some of them were members of law firms handling bad faith claims and general business disputes. You see, diversification is the name of the game. When you are represented by Avner Gatt's team, you have the entire team's experience and know-how by your side. No one, and I mean no one, messes with Avner Gatt and his team. So call Avner Gatt right now, 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256. That's AvnerGatt.com, AVNERGAT, AvnerGatt.com. When you call him directly, Avner Gatt and his family, they take the calls themselves. Avner Gatt says, hello.
Hey, John Ireland here. If you're looking to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. They'll make you a cash offer, no need for repairs. They buy as is. With Seller's Advantage, there are no agents. They can close in days, and they buy with cash. They'll even offer a $10,000 advance to help with moving and other expenses. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, and visit sellersadvantage.com.
FX's grotesquerie.
This killer is someone who knows anatomy.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Detective, you have an entire family murdered.
Niecy Nash Betts.
The monster is out here!
Courtney B. Vance.
God knows what darkness we let in.
And Travis Kelsey.
There's no future after this.
FX's grotesquerie. All new Wednesdays on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Attention football fans, the season's heating up, and that means it's time for jaw-dropping plays, spectacular touchdowns, and memories that'll last a lifetime. So if you're looking to grab the best seats for all the excitement, Vivid Seats is your go-to playmaker. With an incredible selection of tickets and a game-changing rewards program, Vivid Seats is your ticket to every thrilling moment. Don't miss out. Experience it live with Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
All right, Lakers win last night. 7-4 now. Another triple-double for LeBron James. Great night for Dalton Connect. Wow.
He needed that.
He did need that. And, man, get that kid on a roll. He can shoot. All right, so I wanted to tomorrow night is the big Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. And are we all going to put that on at some point?
Nope.
You're not going to put it on? You already pay for it. Why not watch it?
Because I'm going to watch UCLA Washington.
Oh.
I'm definitely watching.
You're such a fan.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I'd much rather watch college football but a team I love than this garbage.
It'll be
a
over in,
60-year-old fighting a 25-year-old.
He's 58.
You're
I'll stick
aging
to
in
where I
Trust
was.
me, I'm not 60. I cling to that. No, I think it'll be. I'm going to watch it just because I have Netflix. And
yeah, why not? It's not
might
like
as
you're
well.
shelling out $100.
Yeah, I'm not paying extra for
Yeah.
a fight.
Yeah.
I get it for free. So this is really interesting. None other than Mike Tyson has used toad venom. Toad venom.
For what?
Is that a performance-enhancing drug?
To meet God.
Oh.
Okay. To
Yeah.
meet God. So he was told that if you try this toad venom, you see a toad, you bust its something, you put it on like a mirror, it gets hard, you rub it down until it becomes fine sand, then you smoke it, then you meet God. And this is what God told me to do.
So you hallucinate.
Sounds like you do hallucinate. Yeah.
Okay.
He says, I know it sounds strange, but if you do some investigation, people will tell you about it. I had a shaman. I've done it over 80 times,
Whoa.
90 times probably.
That's a lot of dead toads.
A lot of dead toads. See, Now, would you ever try it?
I'm not so
Have you
into
ever
this-
tried a psychedelic?
No.
Never.
Never?
No.
Oh, wow.
Just weed.
Yeah. Never a shroom.
No.
No shrooms
You
for
weren't
Momo.
licking toads? Was that the 80s where you licked toads?
You lick toads. Now you, yeah.
Now we're
I
smoking
mean,
toads.
Okay. I could see myself try it once with somebody who was super experienced in like the
Toad arts.
maybe like the mushroom stuff. I could maybe try the psychedelic mushroom.
Yeah, the
things.
mushrooms. The shrooms.
Yeah, the mushrooms.
Shroom,
Yeah, shrooms.
whatever.
Totally
People
fine.
like that for anxiety.
People
and
are doing
stuff,
the
yeah.
shrooms now, and it seems like it's got actual efficacy
Yeah.
with certain, folks that are dealing with.
just
I think
not
it's
quite-
PTSD. A lot of people are
Yeah.
using shrooms.
I'm just not that trippy. You know?
You really?
There's
She went to Halloween as Mikhail Gorbachev.
I know.
You know?
Yeah, right. Now,
I mean, it's funny because I think it's okay to say this. Okay, let's just go for it. My dad was a big Carlos Castaneda guy. You know that guy, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle
right. I
Maintenance.
love that book. It's an amazing
It's
book.
an amazing book. I read the book. He talks about doing peyote and he talks
Yes.
about all that stuff. And that kind of got me interested. I think my dad tried some of that stuff back in the 70s.
Is that right?
Yeah, he told me he did some of that. He just
Some
tried
LSD?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
just tried it because that was what people did back then.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, back in the 70s,
It
it
was
was
just
LSD.
trippy.
Now it's shrooms.
Yes.
I tried shrooms when I was in college. I had a decent experience. I don't
Yeah.
use them anymore.
Never after college?
Never after college. No, I got it. I mean, there was an album cover.
It's fun.
There was an album cover for Styx, Mr. Roboto, and it had this silver robot on it. And after I'd done shrooms, it scared the living hell out of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that robot.
The cool thing about
Yeah.
shrooms is though you can be like, oh, I don't like that, and then go look somewhere else.
I mean,
no, that's true. Yeah.
I think it's because I've had one really bad gummy once.
I'm with you, Momo.
When you have a really
By the way,
bad
listening to Styx, Domo Arigato.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've had one bad edible, you're like, I don't know if I want to mess with stuff.
Yeah.
I went to the hospital. I went to the ER.
Yeah, you did.
I fainted.
You couldn't breathe, right?
Yeah, no, I fainted
Oh,
twice.
jeez.
Yeah, no. See, that
Super
was...
low blood sugar, pupils dilated in the ER. I was convinced I had a spinal fluid leak because I just
Really?
had my surgery.
And you had a
fluid leak.
bad
Oh,
edible.
A bad edible, and it was really not
Edibles,
fun at all.
I have generally good luck with edibles. But the dosing can be very
It was off.
inconsistent.
Yeah, it was a
can
little off.
be inconsistent.
Because I'll tell you, this one was, I don't know how much was in it, but it was clearly a lot.
Yeah, clearly.
So
It
is all
was
you've
like-
done is shrooms?
Shrooms. I
Yeah.
never tried
Anything else that would
X.
Okay, yeah.
Tried
I might
that.
try
You know,
that.
I mean,
Well,
do
now I
you-
guess it's Molly.
yeah, it's Molly now.
Yeah.
Do you
But I-
hallucinate on that? No.
No.
You
don't
get like
hallucinate.
really crazy. I've never tried anything because weed did it for me, and I had a bad trip too. Like I
Yeah.
thought people were trying to kill me, and I left like my friend's party. I was like, "No, you're trying to kill me." They're like, "What?" I was like, "Don't follow me." It was bad.
I had
Yeah.
that once with it. I'd had that once with a tincture. Because this is a weird one. I had never done anything, and my aunt was sick. She had cancer, so I said, "I'll do it if you do it." and then we both got really paranoid, and
Oh, yeah.
like freaked out. And I was like, "I don't know if I want to do that again."
My mom got stoned not that long ago.
Didn't you get stoned with your mom?
I got stoned with my
Oh,
mom.
that's
yes.
actually pretty cool.
That'd be fun.
When I was younger, I did that with my mom. Yeah.
So this is why I said I would try it with somebody who really knew what
But
they were
would
doing.
you do okay? So this is obviously
venom?
the toad venom is some sort of spiritual quest, right? Peyote is some sort of spiritual
like
quest.
the ayahuasca thing, right?
Ayahuasca is some kind of spiritual quest. Are you in the mood for a spiritual quest?
No.
See, the throwing up part with the ayahuasca is what I would never.
No.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
doesn't sound
you
fun.
have to be going. You have to be going on a journey that you're talking about.
Okay,
and
I've had that
with
kind
like
of
a shaman
experience.
and everything else that's going on.
I would do the spiritual thing with like a shaman who I did that when we went to Costa Rica. We had a healer or something, and she did sort of like an acupuncture, but it was more of it was a guided meditation, and that got super trippy.
Yeah, right.
And I wasn't all messed up and weird and feeling like the cops were gonna kill me, and
right.
It was kinda, I don't need all that.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Apparently, Mike Tyson, he had the toad venom and
He saw
decided,
God?
I saw God, and he told me to fight Logan Paul.
Yeah, I stopped doing all of that stuff in my 20s.
You gave it all up?
All of it.
Yeah.
And I have tried
Me too.
quite a few
Me
different
too.
things.
Really?
I
could
there was
see
a lot
that,
of things.
Greg.
Yeah,
I
there
could
was a
see
lot
that
of
on
things
you.
that I went through in
All
my
right,
20s.
coming up next for you, do a little What's Up, Fool. We've got Brian's got stuff, and Laura's got stuff. That's coming up next for you. Momo's in for John, 710 ESPN.
Your USC Trojans are back at the Coliseum this Saturday as they take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Coverage begins at 11 a.m. with the Trojan Tailgate Show. Kickoff from the Coliseum at 1 p.m. Saturday's game is presented by United Airlines, and you'll hear all the coverage on 710 a.m. and the all-new ESPN LA app and KNX 1070 a.m. So when we go to Lakers basketball on 710 around 3:30, hear the rest of the coverage on KNX 1070 a.m. and the all-new ESPN LA app. That's this Saturday, USC Nebraska.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids. This is the Rams Report. Here's Travis Rogers.
The Los Angeles Rams winning streak ends at 3 games after a 23-15 loss to the visiting Miami Dolphins. The Rams fall to 4-5 on the season. Up next, the New England Patriots in Week 11. Nothing went right for the Rams on offense. A very limited ground game, just 17 carries along the way for 70 yards. And Matthew Stafford, the yardage, not so bad. The results, not nearly good enough. 293 yards on 32 out of 46 passing. No touchdowns. He did have another interception for the game as well. The Rams defense did a pretty good job against the Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa, in particular against Tyreek Hill, who came in with just 3 catches for 16 yards. He did catch a touchdown, but just a 1-yarder along the way. Jared Verse, another sack, another strip sack. He continues his push to the Defensive Player of the Year award. Up next, the New England Patriots. With today's Rams Report, I'm Travis Rogers.
That's today's Rams Report on your home of Rams football. 710 ESPN.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back?
back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code YEAR to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Harry Douglas here. Say goodbye to bulky, clunky shavers that clutter your bathroom. Not only do you get an incredible shave, Panasonic's Palm Razor has a sleek, elegant design that adds a touch of sophistication to your bathroom. It also conveniently charges with a USB cord. Visit shop.panasonic.com/sports to shop for the Palm Razor. Use promo code HARRY for 10% off exclusively for ESPN radio listeners. That's shop.panasonic.com/sports, promo code HARRY.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate, it's friendship, it's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, that's you, Laura.
That's me. Hi, guys.
Your time to shine.
All right. So I love this. Paul George was received not so nicely at the Intuit Dome.
I was there. I saw those signs.
When he came. And he had a little message for Clipper fans. It's about a minute, so bear with me.
Well,
but
here, let me set it up. The wall, as it's affectionately
the wall
known at
is
Intuit
the-
Dome, which are the fancy fans sit, or the true fans.
The X
sit.
number, 160
They-
people that are like
Sure.
right on top of things. Yeah.
It's a really cool place to sit, but it's never full so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Has it really not been
No.
full?
No.
They're not selling out?
No.
Wow.
The wall came with signs that said, Paul, think before you, PG, think before you speak, because he had said some things on his podcast over the summer about the Clippers being the B team to the Lakers.
Correct.
Okay.
I did not call Clippers the B team. I said it felt like the B team just because of everywhere you go, people in LA say you should be a Laker. You should be a Laker. That wasn't minimizing. That wasn't, downplaying or, I was a Clipper. Like, that's who I chose to play for. Like, I wasn't, comparing them and saying that they were underneath the Lakers. It was just how LA interprets that, or how LA treats players that are in LA. Like, they think you should be a Laker. They think there's not another team there. So that was where that comment was from. But they proved me right. They didn't pack out, and they aren't packing out Intuit Dome. Like, that's y'all home. That's y'all team. Go support them. Like, go be there every night. Go show that this is who our players are. This is who our team is.
I'm stunned at this. The Clippers are not selling out the new building.
What happened to street lights, not
Okay.
spotlights, not
I have
spotlights, not
attended-
street lights,
Street lights, not spotlights.
street lights, not spotlights? Yeah.
Don't you guys love that he's calling them out, though?
How-
Like, I
How
love
can
it.
that
not
play-
wrong.
Normally,
No.
a new building opens itself. I mean, this is the year that you thought, all right, well, they'll do fine because
They're
they got a
selling
new
out.
building and everybody wants to
The
see it.
concerts.
Momo, what is going on?
So I have been to 4 games at Intuit Dome.
Okay.
You have also been there for a
I
concert.
was there for a concert.
It
Sold
is
out.
one of the nicest arenas I have
beautiful.
ever been to. It
It's
is
beautiful.
so awesome.
Yeah.
That video board they have is amazing. The one and the seats lighting up. They got seat chargers. They got phone chargers on all the seats. They're comfortable. They're
Right.
nice. It is very expensive.
Oh, the tickets are very expensive?
If you buy face value, they're very expensive, from what I understand. And I understand why it's expensive, but if you go on the secondary market, they're now starting to go for a pretty good deal. If you look on the secondary market, go ahead and go look there if you want. But I was not surprised, and yet I was disappointed when I saw, like, There was one game I felt like they had a big crowd. It was the game against Oklahoma City. It was on Dia de los Muertos.
Yes.
And they had a really nice event out front.
Cool.
And there was a lot
By
more
the way,
people there.
that entrance to it
So
is
cool.
really cool.
I mean, I'm telling you, it is awesome. That arena is just, you come down the stairs and there's a court there and the community's out playing. And I think they've just did a fantastic job with that arena.
It's a cool vibe.
But the fans are not coming, and I think some of it. Okay, look, the garage I park in, $70 to park.
Doesn't everybody want to go see Kawhi? Come on,
He
let's
doesn't
go
play.
see
He does.
Kawhi.
There's no Kawhi. There's no Paul George.
Yeah, he's not
Are
The
playing.
Clippers they're winning too. They're not bad.
But are you going to go see?
That's
I
their
love,
slogan, by the way. The Clippers. We're not that bad.
I mean, I love Norman Powell for being a Bruin, but are you going to see Norman Powell and Vica Zubats? Probably not.
Look,
if it's not Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
I give their front office a
Toilets.
lot of credit for holding the line on what they believe in and how you have to reconfigure your team. They basically said the Kawhi PG era didn't work, and we're not going to just keep doubling down on it. And I
So let's just keep
commend them
Kawhi.
for having the discipline to do that.
Just keep
the
the
guy
guy
that
that
hasn't
barely
played.
plays.
Right.
Let's get that guy.
Might have been a mistake.
Yeah.
Okay. But that arena is
For the
too,
same amount of money.
Paul's right. That arena is too good for it not to be filled up. So either they got to drop the face value prices of it, or they got to find some other ways. It's hard to do that because you got other people paying season seats or face value for seat whatever.
So here's the complicated thing.
and
about
then if you start giving away tickets, then people aren't going to
it
want to pay
devalues
that.
the
Right.
tickets, right? So you have to join to be on that wall. You have to get a season membership.
Right. It's like
Yeah.
$32.52.
It's right, and you get access to all regular season games. Blah blah blah. But I mean, you've got to apply, and you've got to pass
Accrue.
their
Yeah.
standards of fandom.
I know they kicked somebody out who
suppose.
tried to sneak into the wall.
Yeah, because they're trying to make it a full-on Clipper
It's a
thing.
great idea.
It is. Just not right now.
Yeah.
And maybe in 5 years they'll have a great player. They'll have somebody that you'll want to go see all the time. I mean, I have been to Clipper games that were sold out when Blake Griffin and Chris Paul and all those.
I've been to
Lob
Clipper
City.
games that were
Yeah.
sold out across the street. But
Yeah.
I mean,
They're playing the
for there
Lakers.
to be a brand new building and a spectacular one, and for whatever Clipper fans there are not to show up, you're saying it's just he's priced people out.
Well, that's my initial read, but I now see on the secondary market that those are much cheaper. So,
Are they?
I mean, you just go on SeatGeek. Just
So,
look, or
Momos,
whatever you want to look on.
Ayaz on Twitter says that he was at a game with PG in Philly, and they don't care if you move up in the into. So if you're in the back seats and you move forward just
Yeah.
to fill the seat so it looks full on
Yeah.
the camera, is that true? They'll just let you walk and
I
sit
don't
in
know,
any
but
seat?
I go sit in the seats a lot because the media row doesn't have outlets. Like power chargers,
They
so I
don't?
go and
That's
I sit in
weird.
the seats because they have power cords.
And they
for
just
my
let you, I
phone.
mean, you're Momo, so you can
Yeah.
go wherever you want, but they'll just let you sit in any seat.
I mean, so far it's
pretty
been
So,
okay.
so this
She's Momo.
Sunday,
Yeah, she's still Momo, yeah.
NBA Cup game, Jazz at Clippers.
That's going to be low.
Get in price,
What do you see?
$32.
Yeah.
$32 as
So
a get in
the
price.
face value tickets are much more than that.
Oh, I see. So they're
So like what you buy them from the like whoever's selling that for $32 is taking a loss.
yeah. There are so many tickets available.
Yeah.
And
So-
all I mean, like hundreds for less than $100 to get in.
I knew a season ticket holder. They're huge. Like they were.
Yeah.
I met them. They're parents of a friend of mine, and they gave up their season tickets when they opened into a dome. And I was like, why would you do that? It's a new building. People
Yeah,
are
it's
gonna wanna
awesome.
Go
It's
see.
an awesome
Oh,
stadium.
And they
by the way,
said no.
The scoreboard is
It's worth the price of it. It's
is
amazing.
It's like imagine.
Well, what did they say about the price?
They said one, it was a little bit too high for them. Plus the drive because they
Yeah.
were like in the X626. So they're like, it is a longer
It is
drive for
longer.
us. You know, being stuck in traffic to go to Inglewood. Plus now they're seeing what you're seeing, Momo. So they're like, see, we knew this wasn't gonna really work.
Yeah.
I think they got a dynamic ticket pricing issue.
Yes.
But I mean, this is a very unscientific, just observational thing for me,
Right.
just asking people around.
Yeah.
Right?
But and you know what So I saw the Bruno Mars concert there. I haven't been there for a basketball game, but they had that board rolling. They've
Yeah.
got this
It's
just like
awesome.
at
An infinity
SoFi, an
board kinda.
infinity board.
Yeah.
And it is spectacular.
Yeah.
It is spectacular.
And I mean, even I think the whole vibe there is going to be awesome when they have a team that people really want to go
Are
watch.
interested in, yeah.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, I got one here for you.
Okay.
So, we talked about the MLB awards coming up here, and went through some of the Cy Young MVP awards yesterday. One of the ones that caught my attention was the NL Manager of the Year awards. Surprisingly, yeah, Dave Roberts not part of the finalists.
Yeah, what's up with that?
It's Mike Schmidt for the Padres, Pat Murphy, the Brewers, and Carlos Mendoza for the Mets.
Mike Schultz.
Yeah, that's right.
Schultz.
And when you really think about it, like Dave Roberts this year, he had to deal with so many different things. The Freddie Freeman, first year with Shohei, Mookie Betts being hurt, the jumbling around with all the different positions. Is this a disrespect to Dave Roberts on like the national level?
Yep.
You know what? First of all, let's take this out of it. All the voting would have been done at the end of the season. So you can't count the playoffs and the performance in the World Series and all that stuff. So just based on the regular season, he's not one of the top three. He won the award in 2016. He finished second in 17 and 22. And again, not a finalist this year. I think we take for granted, how much success he has during the regular season because we've seen it over and over and over again. And the guy that tends to win Manager of the Year is the one with a team that performed way better than anybody expected. That's kind of where the Manager of the Year comes from.
100%, and that's why a guy like Carlos Mendoza probably ends up winning it because they were terrible for a long time, and they had to fight their way to make it to the playoffs.
Oh,
and
remember
they
were under 500 in May and somehow got in there. Yeah.
It makes sense that that they're going to get in. Also, the Brewers were probably above what they were supposed to be after Corbin Burns left over to Baltimore.
And the Padres finished as the second hottest team in baseball.
Yep, and they finished the season really,
no, you
really
could
hot.
actually make a case that they were the hottest team in baseball.
They were. It was the Mets and the Padres were the two hottest teams in baseball. So it just makes sense. And the team that has the best, that's supposed to be the best, like the Dodgers every single year, never gets that love. It's why Phil Jackson never won.
Well, also because people didn't like Phil.
Well, it could be that too.
Yeah,
like
but
his
people
coach,
like Dave.
his peers didn't like Phil Jackson. They thought
he was
just
too good.
Yeah, he wasn't a guy who had like coaching fraternity friends. Like he had people who respected him. But he didn't. He wasn't
kind of a loner.
Yeah. He got on his motorcycle and went to Montana.
Thing.
He did his
he
own
was
thing.
not. Yeah, he's not part of it in the same way.
And also,
other
he
guys.
coached Kobe and Michael.
Yeah, well,
and people like knocked him
Mookie,
for
Freddie, and Shohei.
Yeah,
you know,
there's
you're
a little
not gonna
jealousy
get,
vote there.
Yeah, you're not gonna. You had
know
everybody.
What? And sometimes, like, I also think where you prove your coaching medal is in the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's where you separate yourself. And this was voted on before the playoffs this year. I think he really proved himself in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, but this is what we talked about just even before the playoffs. What he does in the playoffs will matter for his job security.
Yeah.
And he won it all.
And that's why you guys all won him. I'm just kidding.
No, if he
if he lost to the Padres,
lost to the Padres, we would have said time to move on.
Yep.
I know. I'm just being the listener.
All right. Yeah, you're being a listener?
No, you know how the listeners, like, you guys got raked over the coals. I listened to some of those shows.
Oh, yeah.
You guys wanted him fired. You were like, if they,
exactly. Yeah, there's no room for...
They all would have been in our same boat.
No room for nuance around here.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next for you, Clayton Kershaw has opted out of his deal for next year. I want to talk about that and what that means. Plus, I've got a list of the most popular wedding songs.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm surprised at what is number one, the most common wedding song.
Okay.
We'll do it coming up. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
And it is a Cosm Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen every hour as you get your tickets to join us tomorrow night at Cosm. You'll win a pair of general admission tickets to watch Minnesota, Sacramento in shared reality, unlike anything you've ever experienced. Plus, you can hang out with Beto Duran at ESPN LA in the hall as Beto broadcasts live Lakers pregame and post. How about that? A Cosm Ticket Thursday. Just listen for the cue to call. Be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you win your way in on a Cosm Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Bronny. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Attention football fans, the season's heating up, and that means it's time for jaw-dropping plays, spectacular touchdowns, and memories that'll last a lifetime. So if you're looking to grab the best seats for all the excitement, Vivid Seats is your go-to playmaker. With an incredible selection of tickets and a game-changing rewards program, Vivid Seats is your ticket to every thrilling moment. Don't miss out. Experience it live with Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Score a win with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup options. Amazon Pickup is a convenient and secure way to collect your Amazon packages from locations that are near you. Choose an Amazon locker or counter. Whether you're hustling between home, work, or your usual game day spots, grab your packages on your schedule. Amazon Pickup is the worry-free option for the times when home delivery isn't ideal. To find your nearest Amazon Pickup location, go to amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in a survey, Spotify did a survey of 2,000 wedding playlists. This song, Whitney Houston, was on 24% of them. It is the #1 wedding song.
Makes sense.
Do you think it played
hit that
Did
note.
it play at your wedding, Momo?
No.
It didn't. Bergman, did it play at yours?
It was so long ago. Probably.
Yeah.
I picked out every song that played at my wedding.
Oh, did
Yeah,
I
I was
bet
that
you
girl.
did.
I was
bet
that
you
bride.
did, yeah.
You don't picture me like that, do you? Like that I would care about every song, but I gave the
I
DJ
do.
like a whole full playlist.
Yeah. So you
Your
wanted to
attention to
play.
detail.
This is.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No?
You think she's got attention to I think
No.
she's just
She
like
has to write
"Bleh."
these long TLDR articles.
Okay, on those
On
ones
those,
I do.
yeah, but on
Yeah.
the rest of life, I think
No,
you're
I just-
scattered like the
yeah.
rest of us. So
That's why
here's-
you and I get along so
This
well.
was the song that played at Momo's wedding. This is like
This is our first dance. First dance song. John Mayer.
Okay.
Okay, wait, hold on, wait,
This
till
one
it hits
did
the
not
chorus.
play.
Wait, it gets to the chorus, it gets good.
Okay.
You'll
Yeah.
know
Say
it.
what you need to say. Say what you need to say.
Okay,
One
here
more
he gets to
time?
the. There it is. See, it's got
Okay.
the little.
Yeah. That's nice. Okay. That's enough.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good
That's
song.
this is not.
This
But
is
you're
wedding
you're
music.
missing the point. That's your first dance song.
Yeah.
This is your wedding party
Oh,
song.
I thought it would for sure be like some kind of conga line or whatever. Everybody sings that.
Chicken dance.
Chicken dance.
Chicken dance.
Money
yeah.
dance.
Macarena.
Yeah. Macarena. Yeah.
No, here are the
Give it to
top.
me.
Here are the top 10. I want to dance with somebody. #1.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Dancing Queen ABBA.
Yeah.
#2.
Yeah. People are. Lame
Usher. Yeah.
Usher, yeah, for sure.
three.
100% that goes. Yep.
The Killers. Mr. Brightside. #4.
I like that.
Maybe.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. September.
Yep.
#5.
Great one. Sure.
Black
You don't like
Eyed
Earth,
Peas.
Wind, and Fire?
Black Eyed Peas. I got a feeling.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
#6. Bruno Mars. Marry You.
Yep.
#7.
Yeah. That's like a first dance song.
Crazy in Love.
Yep.
Beyonce. #8. Shut Up and Dance. Walk the Moon.
I like that
It's
one.
a fun one. And then Low. Flow Rider.
Yeah, I
Is
see that one.
#10.
I mean, everybody wants to
Just
get
a
low.
love song. Everybody.
It's a good group
You
dance
can
song.
put
yeah.
Flow Rider on. Put Flow Rider on anywhere, and it's totally works.
I think Greg has danced to that before.
100% have danced to that.
Do you like?
And it got
get
low, too, let me
Yeah.
tell you.
Yeah, I
'Cause
bet.
You have to in this song. It
So
tells
anyway,
you to.
Twist and shout. You know.
Brian, when you want everybody to get up at your and Allison's wedding in December that I'm not invited to, what song will you open?
Nobody
with
is.
To get everybody to the dance floor. What song will you play?
That's a good question. Let me ask Allison.
We know who's got the details over there. Am I still not invited to your wedding?
I mean, you can come if you want.
Oh, well,
if you want to, you're more than welcome to.
Pepe's
maybe
invited.
come.
None of us
yeah,
are, though.
Pepe got
Pepe's invited?
Yeah, nobody got
Pepe
invited.
got an official invitation.
Yeah, he did.
did not. He did not.
Yes, he
Liz
did.
got an official invitation, and then Pepe goes with her.
Well, I think they got an unofficial invitation.
Unofficial.
Yeah.
Wait, how did that happen? Is there like a secret bromance I don't know about?
Oh, me and
Oh,
Pepe? Oh, of
Pepe?
course. Come on.
Yeah. Brian and Pepe? Sure. So, Brian, how many people are going to
The
be at
duo
your
you
wedding?
never knew you needed.
Around 60 to 80.
60 to 80 people.
Yeah.
Oh, it's real small.
Yeah, small.
That is
Family and
pretty
friends.
small. Yeah, it's family and friends.
See,
You
I-
don't deserve to go anymore. That's
Oh,
it's small like
la-di-da.
that. I'll be there.
Wait,
Will you be there?
No, I'm not invited.
No.
I mean, I'm not over the Pepe thing. Is this like a Shrek and Donkey thing? Is this like a what's going on?
Who's Shrek and who's Donkey?
Like the unlikely
think I'm
friendship.
Shrek.
Yeah.
Pepe Donkey.
I think I'm
The
Shrek.
horse. Yeah.
Are
The horse.
The horse. Where is my horse?
The
the
unlikely
horse.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
I
unlikely.
don't see that, but okay.
Okay, let me.
I wanted to play something for Momo because I just think it's funny. Can I?
Yeah,
The
sure.
Pepe thing.
Pepe.
UCLA is playing really, really good. Give me Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
Pepe.
Detroit.
Pepe.
Command. Or la-di-da.
Pepe.
Tennessee won last week, so I'll take Tennessee. Whoopie-doo.
And Pepe.
This season, I've been to 2 Rams games, and
Yeah.
they both won. But this time, I'm also going to take the Rams. Google Gaga.
There you go. He missed
Wow.
all
Five.
5 picks on
So
Friday.
good.
That's so awesome.
So what's worse, him going over 5 in the picks or me going over 3 in the softball game?
You going over 3?
I went over 3. Yeah.
Well,
Because I was pitching.
He did not brag about his picking skills
I
beforehand.
think he did though.
I don't think he did. I don't think he
he's
did.
in there. He says, "Well, I've been to the
Yeah,
2
he
games
did.
that I went to. They
did.
won this game, so
That
I'm
is
going
true.
with the Rams."
That is true. So,
It was me.
Bergman, you may know this.
that?
So Clayton Kershaw has opted out of his contract for next year. He had a contract for next year, and it looked like it was going to pay him pretty well. I think it was like $5 million, right?
Yeah, I don't
and
know
then $1 million for every 3-inning appearance after 10. It could have been up
How
to.
many starts he has? There was a lot of different variables that went into it. Yes.
But why would he opt out of it?
I think he opts out of it so that they're going to give him something else, and maybe it'll be a little bit more team friendly. He's probably, if he does pitch, he's probably, Momo, I don't know if you agree with this or not, but he would probably be just a regular season pitcher. You don't know when. He's getting surgery right now on his toe. He has other problems, so he's probably
Right.
not going to pitch that much
Yeah,
at
I have a
all.
He
theory.
had 2 surgeries. Okay, what's your theory?
I think he's pulling a Shohei.
Meaning?
Deferring
He'll sign whatever they need him to sign to come back.
to help the team.
To help the team.
Yeah, it's
So
a
he'll take
team-friendly
less.
contract.
Yeah. Because they've done whatever he's wanted for the whole time. He won a championship this year. He wasn't really able to contribute all that much, but he's kind of like
it didn't contribute except for 6 starts. during the
6
season,
starts.
yeah.
I picked him up on the fantasy league. And
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I paid a lot of money for him, and he
That's
did get
kind
me a
of a-
couple of starts
kind
there.
of a washout.
So
Yeah,
would
it
it
wasn't
help
so
you
great.
if he's
There was one where I was feeling smart. I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
The
So I
think he's
like
pulling a
this.
Shohei.
I like this world. He's opting out to take less to be team friendly.
There's probably going to be incentives on it, like there is here.
Right.
There's a $10 million deal for next year with incentives after starts of 6, $2 million after 6 starts, $3 million after 7, 8, 9, and $4 million after 10.
So he had a chance to make
about $25 million.
$25 million. He's opting out.
Probably to bring that down.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit less. I would assume it's probably somewhere in the single digits for the millions of dollars he's going to make, and there'll be escalators like this. If you make 6 starts, it goes up $2 million.
Yeah, that's interesting. If he's opting out to take less, then good. He says he's going to come back.
Yeah.
No matter what. He's been pretty clear about it. So
he doesn't want to go out like that.
He's not holding out for more money. He's going to wind up taking less, and it's going to be team friendly. Got it.
It's my theory.
All right.
Yeah, it's a pretty good theory.
It is a good theory.
It makes the most sense. He just wants to continue to pitch for as long as he can.
Because,
So
like,
go somewhere
honestly,
you
the
love.
money might matter. Like, the money that is guaranteed, it might matter when they go up against the taxes and whoever they sign.
Yeah, under the luxury tax
right.
threshold, all that stuff.
He's made just under $300 million in his career.
And
probably going to be okay.
And let's go back to this. I think this is always fun when you look at Kershaw. At one point, when Mark Walter first bought the team, they offered him a lifetime contract and said, "Name your price."
Right.
And at the time, the number floating around of like what a guy like Kershaw could make that no one could ever wrap their head around was $300 million.
Right.
How much has he made?
$300
$300 million.
Yeah.
Kind of worked out.
It did work
He
out.
didn't want to be that lifetime contract guy. I read that in Molly Knight's book.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't want to be that guy. Now everybody is that guy. It's Bryce Harper and Mike Trout and Shohei and Mookie, all these 12-year deals for as much money as you can ever name or dream of or whatever.
Right.
Kershaw did not want to be that guy.
Yeah, he didn't want a lifetime contract. He got it, incrementally.
Yeah.
But it ended up at the same place.
Yeah, and that's really astounding because most of the time, I think he probably would have made more if he would have chased the money. If he would have said no then and then hit the open market. I mean, what did Garrett Cole get? 325? Garrett Cole?
325.
320
or something like that because I think
Yamamoto's 325.
That was more.
12
years,
325. Bergman, normally we have Michelle Smallman
Yes,
on the show.
Normally we have Michelle Smallman, but she was not available today, so that is always brought to you by PrizePicks. Download the app today and use code 710 to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game.
All right, I want to say happy birthday to Not Stepdad Leo.
Happy birthday, Not Stepdad Leo.
He is 84 years old
Way to
today.
go.
Still
Years
working, still cranking away.
It's an accomplishment.
Works at the Living Desert out in Palm Desert,
Cool.
where they've got this outdoor zoo thing, and he takes everybody through
Is he
it.
the
He's a
greeter?
tour guide. No, he's a
he's
tour
a
guide.
guide.
He everybody gets in the car.
Cool.
He takes them around. He knows about every single animal that is at the Living Desert. It's beautiful. Beautiful spot. So happy birthday to Not Stepdad Leo. Always my Not Stepdad. All right. So I wanted to tell you about Hyundai. So, coming up next, by the way, what have I wanted more than anything? I've talked about it many times on the show. What do I really want more than anything?
Oh, I
Sing
know.
the national anthem.
No.
PJ.
No, it's
What's that?
Star on the Walk of Fame.
on the Walk
Oh,
of
I
Fame.
I actually
PJ.
heard it.
PJ?
Oh, a PJ.
PJ.
I was like, I'm going to
More than a
guess.
star?
Yeah, I'd take a PJ first.
Over a star?
No.
Oh, yeah. PJ?
Stars
Stars
forever.
forever.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Hey, Momo!
What just happened?
Did we just become best friends?
Oh my gosh!
for purposes of this tease, it's a PJ. All right, so I love the Hyundai that I drive. I drive an Elantra, and when I partnered up with the Southern California Hyundai dealers, great people, top to bottom, phenomenal folks, and I said, I'm going to buy a Hyundai, show me everything. So I drove the Kona. I drove the Kona EV, which was great. I drove the Tucson. I loved the Ioniq 5 and the Ioniq 6. Those cars are crazy. And I ended up, I came down to the Sonata or the Elantra. I ended up going with the Elantra hybrid. And absolutely love it. And right now is the Hyundai Getaway sales event. No matter what car you're looking for, the Elantra, the Ioniq, any of the ones that I've been talking about, this is your way to celebrate. Every Hyundai is backed by America's best warranty. Make your next getaway car your best one yet. Visit HyundaiUSA.com, or even better, see your nearest SoCal Hyundai dealer today and test drive your next Hyundai during the Hyundai Getaway sales event. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Here we go. This is your cue to call. On a Cosm Ticket Thursday, caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN. You win tomorrow night at Cosm for the NBA Cup. A pair of general admission tickets to watch Minnesota, Sacramento in shared reality. Plus Beto Duran and ESPN LA. We're going to be in the house.
Okay.
In the hall for Lakers Spurs. That's what they call it, the hall. Caller number 7 right now on a Cosm Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. So you get this letter from the Department of Water and Power with two big bold words, high usage. And you don't really know what to do about it, but you kind of have an idea of who you can blame. So you go knock on your daughter's door and you go, hey, would you stop showering for 45 minutes twice a day? And then you go to your son and say, would you please stop washing your car 3 times a week? And then you continue with your life until you get another one of these beautiful letters that says high usage on it. This is where the Water Boy comes in. The Water Boy specializes in pressurized leak detection. All they do, day in and day out, is go to homes and find leaks. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows them to visually and acoustically inspect your pipes to find that stubborn leak that's constantly flowing. It can be anything from a failing toilet to a burst pipe in your slab. You don't even know it existed. They have ample amounts of experience from water damage restoration to general construction and plumbing that, when combined, allows them to master the art of leak detection. They do non-destructive leak detections, which means they're not going to open or damage the structure of your home. Their equipment is advanced enough to listen to the exposed surfaces and indicate where the leak is occurring. They are widely used by homeowners, property managers, and even realtors to inspect pressurized water systems to make sure they're intact and functioning with no leaks. Call Omer at the Waterboy Leak Detection today, 818-518-5055. Visit thewaterboyinc.com. That's the Waterboy Leak Detection at 818-518-5055. Talk to Omer. He's going to take good care of you at the Waterboy. Visit thewaterboyinc.com.
Los Angeles, your Rams are back home for another primetime matchup under the lights of Sunday Night Football to take on the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday, November 24th. All eyes will be on the Rams as Matthew Stafford and Kyron Williams go head-to-head against Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. The stage is set for a primetime matchup you won't want to miss. Grab your tickets today at therams.com/PHI. Again, that is therams.com/PHI to watch your LA Rams face off against the Eagles on Sunday, November 24th at SoFi Stadium. See you at the Rams house.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
ABC Wednesdays.
Y'all complain all day. We want books. We want paper towels in the classroom. Bet you want razors, too.
I'm still waiting on the paper towels. Abbott Elementary returns with a new season.
We asked the district for more after-school programs. They gave us $50 for class pets instead.
Critics cheer. Abbott Elementary continues to be one of the funniest and most beloved shows on TV.
What y'all doing out there? Taking bribes? Proud of y'all.
Abbott Elementary, Wednesdays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Momo's here. Bergman's here. Ireland is traveling to San Antonio, where tomorrow the Lakers will begin the defense of the NBA Cup.
There it is.
Last night, Wemby, by the way.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable.
50 piece.
Unbelievable. 50 points, and I think it was 8 threes.
Yeah.
I mean,
you get to see him tomorrow night.
See him tomorrow night, yeah. I'll tell you, he is the most, how would I phrase it?
Unique,
eye-popping, like surprising,
Yeah.
like
I will
unexpected, like, and he's so rail thin.
Yeah.
And to see him go low and to see him shoot threes, I mean, he is just a spectacular player. I think he had 4 or 5 blocks last night. Defensive player, I would imagine he's going to be a contender, if not the defensive player of the year this year.
A few choices, yeah.
Yeah. I just find
I voted for him last
to
year.
be so fascinating to watch.
I will watch any Spurs game just to watch Wemby
Just to
play.
watch him, yeah.
Because he's just like you've never seen anyone like him. Like Chris Paul said the other night, he goes, "I've never played with anyone like him."
Yeah.
Like he's just a totally different like type of player than
We
you've
throw
ever.
around the term unicorn. He really is.
Yeah, he
He
really
really
is.
If there's something that I've ever gotten wrong, him saying that he would not last.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
league
that's right.
So if
this
there's
long,
one
I would take
regret-
that back in a moment's notice.
Do it
Yeah,
now.
absolutely. No, I was wrong. He has been
Say it again.
phenomenal. I thought that he was going to get injured. His body type was that he was somebody that's
Yeah.
typically get injured.
But
like
you
guys
were-
like Chet Holmgren is now injured again. Like
Right.
that typically happens for big men like that.
But you
Wemby
were
is
what?
not doing it. Wrong.
He was wrong.
I'm
Yeah.
happy to admit when I'm
Like
wrong.
how wrong were you?
You want to go into the
Yeah.
actual
No,
amount?
she's digging
completely
in.
100%.
Right.
Yeah,
The
100%.
whole
maybe
narrative
even
that I said bust,
200%.
I never said bust, but I do think
I
that
don't
he
think
could have
I don't
gotten
think
hurt.
Bergman's point was crazy to start with, because his argument wasn't Wemby isn't good.
Right.
It's that Wemby's got a body type that's going to lead to
Correct.
injury. So far, that has not been the case, thankfully.
Yeah.
Thankfully. And now when we see him tomorrow, you're actually kind of terrified.
Yeah.
Because he can do everything.
And you were
Again, wrong.
Wrong.
You guys get all those cleanly?
See, next time you're wrong about something, Momo, I'm going to push you to say
Dwell
you're wrong.
on it.
Yes, I'm going to really hit
Just
you with it
dig
over and
in
over again.
just
Yeah.
Twist that knife a little
But
bit.
we would. I don't think we'd ever
But see,
take.
I'll
That was
happily admit it.
satisfying, though, wasn't it?
I don't think we'd ever take Momo out of context, right? We would
No.
never just grab something and.
What if I told you?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't hurt.
I honestly don't
There
think
you
I
go.
farted in 2 months.
Yeah, there you go. I will soak the nuts overnight.
I'm really impressive. I'm winning. I went to Cal. I'm winning.
Yeah.
Spicy.
You got a bunch
I just will
of
try to make them not suck next time. Yeah.
Yeah. See, you've got the
I
greatest
know.
hits. Yeah. So I don't think
Nothing will ever beat the farted line.
No
That
one.
will ever-
That's an
That's
old
the
timer.
winner.
That's an
Yeah.
old timer. All right, so Michael Jordan has got a brand new PJ. Now, if you don't watch Succession, which is where I learned the term
Yes.
PJ, I have never been on one. Have you been on one?
I have. A couple times.
Yeah. Me too.
What?
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
I went on PJs when I was young. My aunt and uncle had one, and we would fly up and down from camp on the PJ.
Your aunt and uncle had a PJ?
Yeah, it was
Where
great.
was the camp?
It was wonderful in Northern California. It
Oh
was
my
great.
gosh.
It was great.
Okay, mine only came from work. Like I was on, I did a story
Cool.
with Jack Johnson on the Kings when he flew from L.A. to Vancouver to go attend the opening ceremonies.
Right.
And he chartered his own PJ to go do that. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I flew with Dan Gilbert, the owner of the Cavs, after a playoff game.
So twice.
Twice.
How have you not been on one?
I've never been invited. I don't. Who do you think
We're
I'm
gonna-
rolling with?
Ireland?
Somebody out there is going to want to bring you on the PJ.
At some point.
Somebody.
I mean, I am available for a PJ ride. I would like to do it.
Sounds
It is kind of cool.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's cool.
I mean, wait.
You can,
have
like,
have you
stand
done
up.
Have you done JSX, Jet Suite X?
No.
It's not quite a PJ.
I know, but it's
like that.
But if I want
You want
a
it to be
real, like I want to be able to get up and walk around and have like a little table and
You want to
have
be
people
invited as a
bring it-
guest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
You don't want to pay for it.
So Michael Jordan just bought one for
That's Jordan.
$70 million.
Ooh.
If anybody has the money, he does.
Yeah.
He's worth $3.5 billion. It adds to the 84-foot boat
Oh.
he routinely uses for fishing tournaments. And he also, although this is his second PJ, he also has one that he bought for $61.5 million.
Why do
So
you need
why
two
do you need
PJ? Yeah.
why do you need double PJs?
You know, if one's out of gas.
One's out of gas, you
Right,
go with
you go to
One's
the
on the East Coast, one's on the West Coast.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
His
listen,
family's
I
going
know a
to
little.
Europe.
I have a little insight into the lifestyles of the rich and famous. Not,
Okay.
not a lot,
Got
but
it.
a little. There are logistical issues to having things like PJs and boats.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to sail the boat and you're in New York,
Right.
but you want to sail to the Caribbean, somebody's got to take the boat. Somebody's got to sail the boat.
Clearly, somebody must
down
sail
to
the boat to
Miami,
the Caribbean, yes.
and then you can go meet them and take the boat around the Bermuda or whatever.
Right,
Okay?
yeah.
So that's like a logistical issue. You got to hire someone. It's like when you want to ship your car across country. For those
Right.
of us who do things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So a PJ is kind of the same thing. You got to fly wherever you are. The PJ's got to come pick you up. So maybe you need two.
Yeah.
No.
One East Coast, West
I
Coast.
think,
I don't know.
I think 2 is overkill.
I
That's
do
just
too.
me.
Yeah.
But if you're Michael Jordan, what do you care?
You're handing out
Oh,
rides.
he's worth $3.5 billion.
I mean, he makes that every year on his Nike or his
Yeah,
Jordan
just
brand.
on his shoes. Yeah, exactly.
Fruit of the Loom.
I wanted to shift from PJs to last night in the Lakers. This is an awkward turn.
It's okay.
But I was watching that game last night, and a couple of things jumped out at me. And not a couple of bad things jumped out at me.
Okay.
Number one, we talked a little bit earlier, but Gabe Vincent, who is still under contract next year, and Max Christie, who just signed
4 years.
an extension for 4 years.
Yeah.
Christie, I think, played 3 minutes last night. Gabe Vincent, 0 for 6, 0 for 4 from 3 last night. What do we have here? I mean, I just feel like Gabe Vincent, is it too early to say, well, that was a mistake? It's obviously too early on
Max Christie.
Max Christie.
I'd give
but,
him a little more runway.
But do you think this was a mistake?
No. I think Max Christie had shown enough.
No, I'm talking about
Oh.
the Gabe Vincent of it.
Yes.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if they had to do. Oh, first of all, he didn't even play all last year.
Right, exactly.
Like, I don't, and I think there's sort of been this. I mean, I'm not gonna say every player that leaves Miami has some issues or something, but
Just
like the
Kendrick
Lakers
none of it
have
all.
2 of them now.
Yep.
And like Caleb Martin has been okay, I guess, for Philly. Okay.
Yeah.
The Heat play hard and they play a lot of games. They play a lot of minutes, and the reason why role players go from the Heat and get big contracts elsewhere is because they play a lot.
Yeah.
In Miami, and so maybe there's a wearing down. Maybe there's something that's happening, like when you get the best out of a role
wait a minute,
player.
you're saying they're worn out by the time they leave?
It appears
So do you
that way
believe
in ways. I
in
mean,
the
Max Strus has been okay in Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's been okay.
Is the Heat way or the Heat culture? Do you believe in that Heat culture and they play better there because
Yeah.
of that culture?
Yes, I definitely believe in that. I think the Heat are masters of extracting every bit of talent and performance out of people who come through their system.
So,
but they only pick certain people.
Right.
You
And
know?
so some guys fit in, and they're like you're saying, like they drafted Jaime Jaquez last year. Jaime Jaquez might not be Jaime Jaquez if he had signed with the Lakers.
I fully
or if
believe
he had been
that.
drafted by the Lakers.
Fully believe that if Jaime Jaquez was a Laker, he would not be the player you're seeing in Miami.
Yeah.
100%. Watching Jaime Jaquez play 4 years at
Yeah,
UCLA,
right.
he would not have been that here. I think there's actually a conversation there at some point about what happens to guys in LA. Why do they not play well in LA but play well other places? Jay Huff and Scottie Pippen Jr. were two-way players for the Lakers,
right?
And now they're big pieces for this Memphis team. Like,
Well,
this happens other places. Do they people shoot
it's a,
better
it's a,
on
beat,
other
it's a
teams?
beat up Memphis team with guys getting a chance to
but
play.
they're still going to play because he was playing last year too. But there's guys that move over and shoot better in other places. All of a sudden, when you come here, your 3-point percentage drops.
Well, Jay
When you
Huff
go other
was
places-
also in Denver, and they didn't play him either. So there's, I think sometimes young players, when they get an opportunity to play and grow through their mistakes on a team like Memphis last year, where they weren't going anywhere, like their top guys were hurt, so they were just. I think Memphis had the most games lost to injury last year than any other team, and they started the most combinations of players of any other team. So there was sort of nothing for them to lose. They just played guys,
Right.
and when you're a guy who has some talent, like Scottie Pippen Jr. or Jay Huff or whatever. They have very good player development in Memphis. I think Taylor Jenkins is a really good coach, and his whole staff is really good. But they also were just out of necessity playing guys.
Right. Well, part of this is opportunity,
Yeah.
right? There
You're not playing
There were
I mean,
spots
look,
for him.
is there a Jordan Clarkson? Is there a Jordan Clarkson without him having played on the Lakers those years?
So you're saying when he went to Utah, would he have been as good as he is
Right.
off the
No,
bench?
would
if
he
it
have
wasn't
gotten
here?
an opportunity elsewhere?
Probably not, because he was a Laker for a little bit.
And he had an opportunity in LA.
Right.
And he showed out. He was like this bright spot.
Yeah, the whole thing about D'Lo is he was an all-star that one year because someone got hurt because he went somewhere else.
Right.
And it just seems that
Brooklyn,
Julius Randle gets better when he goes somewhere else.
Well, that's also
it
natural
was out of
development.
necessity to move them, and yes.
Yeah, but young players, when you draft them really high, take 3 or 4 years to get good.
Right. Yeah,
and,
it's true.
And even players who are drafted low take 3 or 4 years to prove themselves in the G League or on a bad team where they have to play. And so it's not surprising to me that Ingram got better and was an all-star, and Lonzo got better and he wasn't an all-star, but he was all defensive.
Let's face
player.
it, there's a reason. Obviously, New Orleans saw value in those guys because they made the trade.
And it takes 3 or 4 years for a player who plays 1 year of college to develop into an NBA player.
And as a Laker, you don't have that time to develop.
Well, they
You
would
to.
have, but then they got LeBron.
Right.
They traded for AD.
Yeah, they short-circuited the whole process.
That was a choice.
Right.
I wrote a whole column about would they be better off having kept
I read
those
it.
young guys.
I read it. I still
No,
have
you-
notes.
No.
I still have notes from that column.
Nobody believes that.
Yeah, I did.
You saw the headline.
Actually,
It
I have it bookmarked.
For some reason, it just always feels like they go out and they get like a 3-point shooter. Malik Beasley was one, and they
Right.
bring him over here, and they just can't shoot threes
Well,
for some
no.
reason on this team.
Here's the thing. I think immediately they get
Muscala
here
was one of those
and
guys.
they stop shooting them.
Oh.
The Lakers don't shoot
That's
threes.
a really good point, yeah.
The Lakers take the fewest threes of any team in the league.
Yeah.
So, of course, they come here and their 3-point shooting goes dead. Because it's not a 3-point shooting team.
I think it's just a narrative that it goes
No,
around.
It's a really good point. Why are they not shooting as many threes?
So last night they were shooting a ton.
But percentage-wise, they're like 18th in the league. Like, they have a decent shooting percentage from three, but they take the fewest in the league. Like, they're taking 30. Boston's taking 50 a game.
I got to ask
They
JJ
have
about
so
that.
many
That's a
good-
really interesting question.
They have
Why
so
are they
many.
not shooting?
Well,
It's volume because
it's 'cause
Boston's
it's
about volume.
And it's so much LeBron and AD slashing and down
And it
low.
takes a
and-
lot of time, but theoretically, both of those guys should be collapsing into the space, into the
And
key,
opening.
and opening up 3-point shots. There
Yep.
should be plenty of shots, but it's just not the first option.
So last night they were 20 of 41 from 3-point.
Which is a huge
That's
night.
a big number.
They also started that game 7 for 11. They were on fire to start the
well,
game.
Dalton Connect was
Well, that was later in the,
6
game.
I think,
yeah,
for 3,
he
right?
was.
Because the Celtics win because it's literally just math. It's like they just take
Correct.
so many more. They don't even shoot that high of a
They,
percentage.
they shoot a pretty good
It's
percentage.
decent.
They're averaging 19 of 50 from 3.
Average.
Averaging 19
So
of
that's
50.
almost 40%. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that
as
is-
a team.
that's pretty
But
solid.
even if they were at 35%,
Right.
that's still so many more 3-pointers than anyone else is taking.
And the Lakers are like trading 2s for 3s.
Do you remember when we talked to JJ in the preseason when we went down Del Segundo and
Yep.
the UCLA Health Training Center?
UCLA Health Training Center.
You got
I
it.
remember it well.
And I said to him, hey, coaches sometimes have this ideal philosophy of how they would play if they had exactly the players they wanted and whatever. Like taking out personnel, how would you like to play? And JJ laughed and said,
Right.
73 threes a game.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's how everyone wants to play now.
exactly
Lots of threes.
right.
Math.
And the Lakers don't do that.
The Celtics guy is a game.
Although 41 is a big step up in
That
terms
is a big
of
step.
volume
I
of
was
shooting.
trying
If
to
they
look at
average
their last couple
41
games.
threes a game, that would be great.
I was looking back at the last 2 games. They didn't shoot less than 34 in their last 5 games. So
Big
they're-
difference between
it's
34 and 41.
Sure, absolutely, but it's going up. So it was like
Okay.
34, 35, 37, 41. So that number is starting to tick up. They're taking a lot more. Just in last night's game, there was way more 3-point shots than I've seen recently.
Yeah.
So it's starting to go up.
Yeah. All right. Coming up next for you. Oh, you know what I want to do? Here's what I want to do. Last night, there was a little moment in the Memphis Lakers game at Crypto, and I want to ask you about it, Momo. I'll show it to you, and I want to get your reaction. It involves John Morant and a gesture he made last night. We'll do that coming up next. We got Game of Games. It is my game today. I didn't even realize it's my game.
Yeah, my fault.
No worries. I got one. I got a good one. We'll do it coming up. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Your USC Trojans are back at the Coliseum this Saturday as they take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Coverage begins at 11 a.m. with the Trojan Tailgate Show. Kickoff from the Coliseum at 1 p.m. Saturday's game is presented by United Airlines, and you'll hear all the coverage on 710 a.m. and the all-new ESPN LA app and KNX 1070 a.m. So when we go to Lakers basketball on 710 around 3:30, hear the rest of the coverage on KNX 1070 AM and the all-new ESPN LA app. That's this Saturday, USC Nebraska.
Hey, John Ireland here. Are you looking to sell your home quickly and easily without having to deal with repairs or the worry of buyers qualifying for new high-interest rate loans? Call Seller's Advantage. With thousands of satisfied customers, they're the go-to choice for homeowners looking to sell their homes fast. They'll buy your home for a competitive cash offer and can close in just days, not weeks or months. No repairs are needed because they buy homes as is. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Seller's Advantage is the fastest and most stress-free way to sell your home. If you're ready to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. Get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-2747 or sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey, Cappy, we got to talk about Prize Picks. You got me into this. I love it. I play it every single night in almost every single sport. And for those of you listening out there, it's very simple. There is a stat line for a particular player in one of those sports, and it's as simple as more or less. You pick more, you pick less on that stat line. You win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. And it's the best way to get sports action in over 30 states, including right here in California.
So here's what you do. You download the Prize Picks app. You use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. You get that $50 instantly instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. And right now, with baseball, football, basketball, soccer, and hockey going, now is a great time to play Prize Picks, George.
And again, Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. You can join over 10 million users and sign up today. Man, it's amazing. You can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes once you win.
And you're going to win. And by the way, if you don't win, don't blame me, okay? Because you're better at it than I am. Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app. Use our code CAPPY. Make that $5 play. Get that $50 bonus. Prize Picks. Run your game.
FX's English teacher.
Every single one of these essays is so bad.
An F? What is this?
With grades like this, I'm gonna have to hit the corner, sir.
From executive producers of What We Do in the Shadows.
Who's running the school? Is it us or is it them?
Them.
Go sit next to Tiffany.
She told me it was offensive to learn Mandarin because you're not Japanese.
FX's English teacher is now streaming on Hulu. All new Mondays on FX.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards scoring courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe fourth row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
You're busy enough this season without having to get up on a ladder to clean out your gutters. Whether you're tired of unclogging gutters or don't even know what your gutters look like, it's time for a permanent solution you can depend on with Leaf Filter. For Black Friday, don't miss your last chance to save up to 35% off when you protect your gutters during Leaf Filter's most anticipated sale of the year at leaffilter.com/game night. Clogged gutters aren't just a nuisance. They can cause extensive problems like flooding, roof damage, rotting siding, foundation issues, and more. Leaf Filter uses award-winning patented technology to keep out everything but water. Call today to schedule your free gutter inspection and get a no-obligation free estimate. And don't miss out on your last chance of the year to save up to 35% off when you protect your gutters with Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system. Schedule your free inspection at leaffilter.com/game night. That's their lowest price of the year, up to 35% off at leaffilter.com/game night. See representative for warranty details.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason in Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Momo. Out of school. So, I want to show you something, Momo. I'm going to describe this. Last night, and maybe I'm being overly sensitive, but it did pick up some steam on social media, for what it's worth. Last night, John Morant, who's had a gun suspension, last year? 2 years? I think he missed part of last year, yeah.
The start of last year.
Yeah, so last night, during the Lakers game, and I'm going to just show you this, Momo, so you can react to it. It's a very short clip, but I think it is really inappropriate. So here we go. John Morant making... Okay, here we go. Ready? I'm showing it to you.
I'm watching it.
Okay, so John Morant, Santi Aldama hits a three.
Oh, you got to do it again. I can't see it.
Oh, I said it's super sharp. Bergman, you've seen it, right?
I've seen it. Yeah, he puts two fingers together with his thumb up like a gun.
Yeah, like a gun. Just
not like how everybody on the Lakers, after they shoot a three, they use
the same motion,
but it's on their wrist.
He did a gun.
The three on their
gesture,
on their elbow.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's just not.
It's just like you just need to have appropriate fear now. Like you already got suspended. There's already been things like it's just like don't even go close to that.
There's just certain things you should just stay away from.
Yeah.
This seems like a dumb thing for John. That means he just doesn't get it.
Yeah, he just doesn't get it. And again, it's a brief moment. It's caught on camera.
But everything is caught on camera.
He's doing the two-finger gun thing. And I think that, for example, I showed you a clip today from a college game where a guy looked like he tackled somebody, then he looked like he had a machine gun and he was trying to shoot the guy down. It's like we got to move past this. I'm not trying to be super reactive, but the gun thing, especially in the case of Ja, for appearance sake, don't make the gun gesture while you're on the floor at Crypto.com Arena.
While there are cameras always on you and you had just suspended twice for it, it just doesn't make sense for him to do something like that.
Yeah.
You can do anything else. If it was just like waving at them or just don't make the gesture.
Yeah, just not that gesture.
Like,
not with your history.
It probably is not that big of a deal. You're right. Maybe it's an overreaction kind of thing, but for him to do it, it's not an overreaction.
Yeah,
I think there was a little back and forth between Anthony Davis and his dad. I'm just looking back and forth on this. Like AD hit a 3 and then does I see it now.
Yeah.
I found it. AD hits a 3 and says something to T. Morant. And then it seems like they're having fun together on the sidelines. Like, I think there's a little trash talk going on, and so Ja was probably just joining in.
But this is just not a gesture you should be making.
It was after a made 3 for the Grizzlies, but so like what you do, it was sharpshooter, you're shooting. I get all that, but him specifically should just be staying away from anything gun related.
And I don't want to be like big overreaction guy. I mean, this stuff. It's a moment during a game. It's just not smart.
Yeah.
It's just not smart. Now, I don't think there'll be any penalty for this. I don't think there'll be any nothing. But I guess what the NBA is probably looking at is he's got a chance to be a gigantic star in this thing. Is he going to stay in the middle of the fairway, or is he going to get caught in this, in this world where he was involved with guns?
Part of his appeal is the fearlessness that he has on the court.
Right.
Like, that guy dunks on everyone. It's a challenge. Like, he sees Victor and he's like, I'm going to dunk on him.
Oh, he gets in the air like
unbelievable.
I mean, crazy.
Yeah, and that's part of why people liked him. Like, why he had that appeal to why he got the signature shoe.
Right.
He took over the Kyrie Irving shoe.
Yep.
And that was one of the more popular Nike shoes, and he got that shoe model, and that he's their guy, and whatever. And they kind of muted some of that after he had his off the court stuff. But I think with this kind of stuff, it kind of just makes you nervous about leaning in. I mean, this is a thing in Hollywood. This is a thing in basketball and anything. It's like you cast somebody as your leading actor in your show,
right?
And then they do something stupid off the set or something, and they get canceled. Now your show tanks.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't come out with your movie or your show or whatever it is because that guy is toxic now. I don't think Ja's in that place, but
not from this moment. I hope it's not indicative of what's going on when he's not on the floor. Right.
There was some talk of like, was Nike still going to come out with the shoe? They had to workshop that and decide that, and they stood behind him, and people are giving him another chance, and he hasn't run afoul of anything. But like, those decisions make you worry.
Hey, one thing I wanted to dunk in here before we get to Game of Games. Roki Sasaki.
Oh.
Who is the
posted?
Young 23-year-old flamethrower from Japan. So I can't really. There are tweets coming from Japan.
Okay.
But it is reported by Will Salmon in The Athletic that Roki Sasaki is prioritizing comfort, lifestyle, stability, and an organizational track record with player development, among other factors, as he prepares to make an MLB decision. I mean, come on, where would you go but the Dodgers? Where would you go but the Dodgers?
That screams Dodgers.
Yeah.
And if you put together all of those,
it's almost like you're describing the Dodgers.
You're talking about the Dodgers.
Yes, yes. I think he's going to wind up as a Dodger, and there are tweets from Japan that are saying it's happening or whatever. I don't think it's there yet, but I do think he's going to wind up as a Dodger. Don't you?
Yeah, 100%. I just don't see where else he could possibly go to where he's going to get what he wants.
Right.
Where he can get other guys that are going to be there pitching on 6-7 days rest.
Right.
Like, you can do that here. I don't know if you can do that anywhere else.
And if you want to compete right away, if you want to compete for a World Series, if you want to be on the most followed team in your home country.
Yes.
Right.
Play for the Dodgers.
Yep.
Yeah, play for the Dodgers.
So
it just makes too much sense.
He's also quite a bit younger than Shohei and Yamamoto.
Yes, he is. He's 23.
Do we know if they have any relationship? Do they play for Team Japan in the Olympics? Or not the Olympics, but
Sasaki
the
did play at the
all
WBC.
three were on the same team for the WBC. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they know each other.
Yeah.
They know each other. I mean, I feel like this is definitely. I mean, I feel like it's definitely going to happen.
It's in the
It
cards.
really feels like it.
Yeah, it does. All right, coming up next, we're going to play some Game of Games. It is my game today. It involves two cities that are very much in the news in Los Angeles this week. That is coming up next for you. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
And it is a Cosm Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen every hour as you get your tickets to join us tomorrow night at Cosm. You'll win a pair of general admission tickets to watch Minnesota, Sacramento in shared reality, unlike anything you've ever experienced. Plus, you can hang out with Beto Duran at ESPN LA in the hall as Beto broadcasts live Lakers pregame and post. How about that? A Cosmo Ticket Thursday. Just listen for the cue to call. Be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you win your way in on a Cosmo Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Hey everyone, this is Ramona Shelburne. Did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles isn't just a local favorite? They're ranked one of the best pediatric hospitals in the country by U.S. News and World Report. With nearly 15,000 surgeries a year, they handle more complex procedures than any other hospital in Southern California. That's major league expertise right in our backyard. When it comes to your child's health, CHLA is playing in a league of their own.
Build up to Black Friday with savings all month long at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances, plus take an additional 10% off when you buy select major appliances. And don't wait to pick up holiday inflatables under $20. Don't wait to save, in-store or online now, because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items while supplies last.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now, during our Black Friday sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus special financing. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Black Friday savings start now at Carden Alleyway Hyundai. These are brand new 2025 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid SEO convenience for just $369 a month for 36 months. Plus, enjoy peace of mind driving with America's best warranty. Carden Alleyway Hyundai just off the 91 freeway or at CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com. $369 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. Includes 10,000 miles per year, plus tax, license, and fees. Offer available to well-qualified buyers only. Subject to HMF credit approval. Expires 12/2/24.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland.
Game of Games.
Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. We've got 4 players, Bergman, Momo, Brian Cohen, and Laura. The Lakers in San Antonio for a game against the Spurs tomorrow night. The USC Trojans hosting Nebraska on Saturday at the Coliseum. So I got a game. Every one of these facts is true for either Lincoln, Nebraska, or San Antonio, Texas. So the answers are Lincoln or San Antonio. Here we go. Number 1, this city is home to the world's largest bat colony. Is it San Antonio or is it Lincoln, Bergman?
I know in Austin they have a bunch of bats under a bridge. I'm going to go San Antonio.
San Antonio, Momo?
Lincoln.
Lincoln, Brian?
San Antonio.
San Antonio, Lar?
Lincoln.
Correct answer.
Goo Goo Gaga.
Oh,
Goo Goo Gaga?
Pepe says it's Goo Goo Gaga. I say it is San Antonio.
Dang.
Don't we all remember when that bat got in and Manu Ginobili had to catch it?
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was like a big
I
thing.
just feel like Lincoln would be a place they have like weird
Millions of Mexican free-tailed bats emerge from Bracken Cave each night during the summer. So it's Bergman 1, Brian 1. Here's number 2. This city is home to the Tower of the Americas, which is taller than the Space Needle in Seattle.
Wow.
Is that San Antonio or is that Lincoln, Momo?
Lincoln.
Lincoln. Brian?
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Laura?
Lincoln.
Lincoln. Bergman?
They're both so flat. You can put anywhere. I'll go Lincoln.
Lincoln. The correct did you give an answer?
Lincoln.
Lincoln. Correct answer is San Antonio. Yeah.
I've been to San Antonio. I have not seen that
Tower
thing.
of the Americas, built for 1968 World's Fair, stands 750 feet tall, taller than the Space Needle.
Where the heck is that? I've been
where
there.
is that?
Should
It's
be able
right
to see
by
it
the
from
river.
everywhere.
Yeah,
The
that's
river, which is everywhere. All right, here is number 3. This city is home to the world's largest porch swing. Home to the
Very
world's
comfortable. Love porch
largest
swing.
porch swing. Brian?
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln, Nebraska. Laura?
I think I better hit with Lincoln this time.
Lincoln. Bergman?
This feels like a Lincoln thing.
Yeah, I'm playing
Lincoln.
the odds. Lincoln.
Lincoln is the correct answer,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah,
So
we just, yeah,
the
gotta
world's
hit.
largest porch swing is located at the Sunken Gardens. It can fit 16 adults.
Wow.
So that's the world's largest porch
Reason
swing.
to go to Lincoln.
Sure.
Number 4. Gabrielle Union, Dick Cheney, and Hilary Swank were all born in this city. Is it Lincoln or is it San Antonio? We start with Laura here.
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Bergman.
It feels like it's San Antonio, so I'm going to go Lincoln.
Okay.
Going to go Lincoln.
Okay, Pepe.
Momo.
Give me the names again.
Gabrielle Union, Dick Cheney, and Hilary Swank.
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Gabrielle Union swayed me.
Brian.
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Correct answer. Lincoln.
Is it Dick Cheney? I was like,
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
Dick Cheney
the
was
one
from
that I
San
was like,
Antonio.
He's over by there. Yeah, he's up there, and it's close. All right.
Yeah.
It is
Exactly. Why? Exactly. Wyoming.
Bergman
something.
3, Brian 3,
saw the movie on
Momo 2, Laura 1. Here's number 5. This city is home to a haunted town called Helltown.
Wow.
Is that Lincoln or is that San Antonio? We're back to Bergman with
I mean,
this.
it's got to be San Antonio, right?
It says San Antonio. Momo?
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Brian?
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Laura?
With the crowd, San Antonio.
Yeah, Helltown is located within the city limits near the northwest side of San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
So
Makes
Bergman
sense.
and Brian, I think you guys, you're close to undefeated. You're not quite undefeated.
We missed one each.
Bergman, Brian 4, Momo 3, Laura 2. Here's
Let's
number
go.
6. This city is home to the minor league hockey team called the Rampage. Minor league hockey team called the Rampage. Is that San Antonio or is that Lincoln? We start with Momo.
I'm going to go San Antonio.
San Antonio. Brian.
I'll take Lincoln.
Lincoln. Laura.
I need to make up a point somewhere, and I don't think I can now, but I'll go Lincoln.
Lincoln. And
Yeah,
Bergman.
I'm on Lincoln, too.
Correct answer. San Antonio.
Oh, you tied it, Momo.
Yes.
Rampage are a member of the AHL and the
I'm
number
out,
1
right?
affiliate
Yes!
of the NHL Colorado
go!
Avalanche. Laura, you are out.
Yay.
We've got
How
a
many left?
3-way tie. Bergman, Momo, and Brian with 2 left. Number 7.
Let's go.
This city is refugee-friendly with big settlements of refugees from Vietnam, Burma, Sudan, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Is that San Antonio or is that Lincoln? We'll start with Brian.
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Bergman?
Lincoln.
It is definitely Lincoln.
And Momo says definitely Lincoln. Yeah, it is Lincoln. How did you know?
I just know things like that.
Do you really know
Yeah.
stuff like that? All right. All right.
Never heard of it.
I
Number.
studied politics and they vote. And,
Yeah,
and then there was a
yeah.
guy on American Idol. That, I don't know.
Okay. Number.
I don't know.
She just
somehow
knows.
it's
She
okay.
just knows.
All right,
She
last
just
one.
knows.
No, actually, there's 2 more. I'm kidding.
Okay.
No, you
Number
lied.
8. Charles Lindbergh attended his first flying school classes in this city. Is that San Antonio or is that Lincoln? We start with our leaders. Start with Momo.
Wow.
Charles Lindbergh flying school
I
classes.
think it's San Antonio.
San Antonio. Bergman,
We're going to have a leader after this one. I'm going to say Lincoln.
Lincoln, and Brian.
Give me Lincoln.
Air Force
Lincoln.
Base. Air Force Base.
Correct answer. Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah. All right.
Started flying school in Lincoln in 1922. So Bergman's got a lead.
Dang it.
Momo, Brian, 1 back. Here is number 9. Henry Fonda, Marlon Brando, and Fred Astaire were born in this city. Is it Lincoln or is it San Antonio? Bergman, you have to go first.
Yeah, I want to go to a tiebreaker, so I'll say San Antonio.
San Antonio. So Momo
And Brian.
you got to go Lincoln.
Give us Lincoln.
Give us Lincoln.
And it's good that you did
Yes!
because
I
they
figured.
were all
I figured.
born in
Wow.
Lincoln, Nebraska. So we've got a 3-way
I
tie.
want the tiebreaker.
Let's go.
Okay, so here's a tie. Get something to write with because we'll do this like the legit way. Here's a pen.
I need a pen too.
Okay.
Sketch, right?
How
I need a pen.
many
I'll write,
credits How many credits does Marlon Brando have on his IMDb page?
Wow, that's good.
Closest. Not closest without going over, just closest. So we're all writing down a number. You got one? Okay, Brian, you got one? All right. Brian, what do you got?
222.
222.
That's a lot.
Momo.
I went 350.
350.
You guys all went that
22, 350.
I went 112.
And the winner is Bergman.
Dang it!
He didn't make a lot of movies.
No,
only
really?
46
But it's
movies.
credits.
Wasn't he
46
like a
credits in his career.
It's only
wasn't he
46?
like guest appearance and like everything?
All I did was
Guest star?
IMDb page,
what I was
number of
thinking.
appearances, 49 or 46 is the correct answer.
Is this where you saw it? Do you see Japan.gg? Is that where you got your information?
Yes.
It says rumor Roki Sasaki has already set a deal with the Dodgers.
Right. Well, I didn't say it because
Oh, you
I
were
want
showing
to?
discipline.
You didn't
because
want
I didn't want because I have no idea if that's like a thing or if it's not a thing.
I'm just reading a tweet.
Correct.
That
You're
Fear
reading
LA
it, but
said.
I have no idea if that
We don't
tweet
know.
is
We're
something.
not reporting anything. Just reading a tweet.
Just reading a tweet
from Japan.gg. It has 65,000 followers.
Okay. So Roki Sasaki is out there somewhere right now.
He is doing something.
He has not officially landed anywhere
No, he
yet.
has not.
All right, let's do some super crosstalk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM, Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
It's effing Friday.
Well, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
But I love the enthusiasm.
I was like, no, it's not.
You lost a day there somewhere, Cappy.
No, today it's effing Friday.
Is it?
Is it
Yeah.
Friday for you?
Does
Yes.
that mean I'm off tomorrow?
No, it means that I'm off tomorrow.
Oh,
because-
yeah, it's effing Friday for you.
Because the Lakers are going to take over, and that's going to knock me and George off the
That's
air.
right.
And
So it's your Friday.
right, and Mace,
Yeah.
you'll love this. I'll be flying tomorrow
Okay.
to Boston to go see your Rams
Really?
take on my Patriots.
Wow.
I didn't realize that.
Yes, sir.
Are they your Patriots?
Well, they are this year.
Because
Cappy's best friend
oh,
is the
that's right,
offensive
Alex
coordinator.
Van Pelt. I forgot about that. So he's the OC.
That's
Got
right.
it.
Thank you, George. Thank you.
Yeah.
What's
Hi,
up,
Momo.
Sedano?
How's it
I'm
going?
good. I hate that we changed all these godforsaken Comrexes and like it's like everywhere I go, it's like a new number I got to dial in.
Yeah.
For this thing.
You know what? I am glad I'm not in the Comrex.
Oh, my
You want to
God.
know what I did? George, you want to know what I did? Let
What
me tell
did
you
you
what I
do?
did. I brought my physical Comrex to the radio station.
And for those that don't know what a Comrex is, it's basically the mechanism that allows us to connect to the control room remotely.
Right.
So I took my Comrex, I brought it into the radio station, I handed off to the manager of audio operations, and I said, I'm having a lot of problems. And the manager of audio operations handled this thing, no problem, to absolute perfection.
Nice.
Great job, Bergie.
Excellent.
And thank you, Bergie.
He's not here.
He's not here. but-
Unfortunate.
We'll tell him you
But we
said
will
that.
pass that along.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
Hi,
pass that
Momo.
along.
Hey.
How was the game last night?
I will be honest.
Yeah.
I pulled a mace.
No, you didn't even go?
I know I went,
Oh,
but about midway through the third quarter, I bounced.
that's a good time.
I got back to my house, which is across the street at the East Central Hotel, just in time for me to see Sedano interview J.J. Redick.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then I was able to watch the fourth quarter from the hotel.
And
Very
then went
nice.
right to bed.
Oh, Momo, my new thing is being in bed by 8:30.
Wow.
I'll tell you what.
That's not true yesterday because I called you and you picked up the phone.
Correct, but I was in bed.
See, I think that after 8 should be in bed.
Really?
Oh,
Well,
yeah. I
Momo-
like
The
camping
night
out
is
in bed.
young.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm
Not
like
at my house.
if I'm home, Momo,
Yeah.
and I don't have anywhere. I mean, even on the road sometimes too, as we discussed the last time you and I did a show together. 9 o'clock is kind of like I'm in bed, like
Yep.
watching stuff. Maybe every once in a while I'll be downstairs if I'm already
Bed
watching
is so
something.
good. I
Yeah.
like bed.
I-
Good
Yeah.
place
Bed
to
is good.
Eat a nice steak.
I mean, if I go and watch a game in bed, I will be asleep.
Okay, but wait.
Like once my head hits the pillow and I am reclining, and it's like good night.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
but-
I can make it work for a while. Like the
I
other
gotta
night,
prop the
Ari
pillows
and I
up so I'm
watched
sitting up.
Well-
the end of the Clay game together, and
Right.
yeah, and we were in bed,
But I will say
I
this,
sit on the
Momo.
couch.
Once I brush my teeth,
Yeah.
if I brush my
That's
teeth
it.
and I floss and I
That's
lay
the
down in
move.
bed, it's over. But
Yeah.
like
That's
last
the
night,
move.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch the end of the Laker game, so I intentionally did not brush my teeth because I will not.
You had to
ever,
force yourself to get up.
Right. I will
Yeah.
never, ever, ever go to
Me
sleep
too.
without brushing my teeth and flossing.
Right.
Me too.
Right.
You know?
And by the way, once I brush my teeth, it's like my mind automatically knows. All right, it's bedtime.
Yes.
It's kind of weird.
Okay,
right.
so I've been
Does
brushing my
everybody
teeth.
brush their teeth before they go to bed?
I have been brushing my
yeah?
teeth twice at night. Once after dinner.
Twice?
Yes, once right after dinner, so I don't eat the rest of the night.
Oh, that's a good idea because
It's a
once you have that
signal.
minty
Good
taste,
idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
minty
Once I
taste
got the
in your
minty
mouth.
taste, I'm not going to have chips.
Right.
Right? And that's like the downfall,
Yeah.
the diet
Yeah.
downfall.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that. And then I still feel like I need to brush my teeth again before bed, even though I
Yeah.
haven't eaten anything.
No, I like that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you see, the thing is, Momo, is that now, and Mace, you're probably not in touch with this emotion, but Momo, I'm sure you are.
Yes.
See,
Shame?
The thing,
Oh,
the
no,
thing
what
is,
is
no,
it?
no, not that one. See, the thing is this: is that every morning around 5 a.m., my phone illuminates and it lights up the entire room.
It's true.
Because freaking DeMarco
I know.
is sending us videos of his feet walking down the street.
It is true.
Saying, "Get your ass up. Let's go. It's time. It's time to go to work."
Don't you
Get
have
up."
Do Not Disturb though?
I
don't.
just turned my
I don't know
phone
how to do
over
that.
and
Yeah,
put
I
the
turned
screen
my
Why don't
down.
you
phone
just
over.
put Do Not Disturb?
Because I don't mind the disturbance. Here's why. Because what happens with me is this. The phone starts to illuminate. I look at DeMarco's video, and he motivates me, and I get up, and I get out of bed, and I go to the gym, and I work out. And I want to do that. So that's why now I want to be in bed by 8:30 so I can be up by 5 and change to go start working out so I can keep up with DeMarco.
Wow. Yeah, no, DeMarco he's a grinder, man. I heard him say today that he's going to New England. They're flying on Saturday. He'll get up on Sunday morning and go for his long walk before they even get started heading to the stadium and stuff.
He must go to sleep really early. DeMarco.
Because he gets up so early.
Yeah. Because I see him, he posted like he's going for a walk in the dark at a time like you got to worry your neighbors are going to call the police.
He is often walking in the dark. That
it's
is
like
true.
4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
He's like, it's time to get up.
I've been a little bit off the accountability text
Yeah,
chain.
you have.
Why is that?
I don't know. I worked out yesterday. I don't know why. I just forgot to take a picture.
Just gotta, you know what? I have somebody take a picture of me while I'm working out or take a video, so I send
I
it
know.
to you guys.
I get a lot of Momo videos. Momo's doing a lot out there.
I do the whole video for you.
Yeah, no,
in case anyone wants to do my circuit.
We get to see the whole thing.
Now,
Yeah.
did you see my video this morning, Momo?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
You were riding a bike in a sauna.
Right.
It was cool. I liked
That's
it.
exactly right. The sauna was turned up to about 110 degrees.
I love
would
it.
say.
I like the hot yoga.
Wait a
you know
minute, and
me.
you had your bike in there?
Well, it wasn't my bike. It was Adrian Gonzalez's bike.
Oh.
Name drop.
Name drop.
Flame drop, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the stations today at Adrian's gym was the stationary bike in the sauna.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was one of like the 6 or 8 stations.
Really?
That yeah.
Sounds. It's funny.
I do the hot yoga. I do like a HIIT workout.
Momo's in there. It's like over 100 degrees.
Bar. It's fun.
I don't believe in that. I went to a sweat lodge one time. Did you ever go to a sweat lodge?
Yeah. I
now
like
that's
that.
some serious stuff.
No, what's that? What's a sweat lodge?
Stinky.
They dig a kind of a hole into the side of a hill, and then
I haven't done that.
They create like this lodge thing where there's a fire inside, and you all go inside and you sweat and
I haven't
sweat
done
and
that.
sweat.
That's
Oh yeah, it's like
smoky
a
and stuff.
spiritual vision questy kind of thing that I
Is
did
that
one
ayahuasca
time.
too, or no?
You could ayahuasca that thing.
Yeah.
How
You
about
could.
mushrooms? You do
You could
psychedelic
shroom
mushrooms?
it. You could shroom it.
I do the sauna at luxury resorts that I use my Marriott points to get into.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
But I like a steam room better than a sauna.
Yeah,
I
me
do
too.
too. I like although the difference is you can't read anything in a steam room.
Correct.
Right. Well, not if you're holding paper.
Also,
well, you can't even hold
steam
your
room,
phone.
you can't
really.
see
You can't hold
anybody.
your phone either.
It's
No,
better.
you
I
can't.
don't want to see anything.
You don't want to see anything.
Yeah, like people are naked and stuff in there. I don't want to see
Right,
stuff.
a steam room. There's steam.
Yeah,
Right,
so
right.
it's
Yeah, it covers
coverage.
things up. Yeah, you're getting coverage out of that. Coverage out of that.
Sauna, you
I like
see
a good
everything.
steam room. Yeah.
So, Cappy, what I missed last night? You were there for
bit.
2.5 quarters.
I was there. Yes, that's right. Well,
Cappy was having a good time at the game.
Were
He
you
got some
working?
flavor.
Were you working hard? Were you schmoozing?
I did a lot of schmoozing
Don't-
pregame.
Don't give it all away because I want to
not.
talk
Oh,
about.
okay.
I want to
Save
talk about
some
how I
schmoozing.
observed you in
I'm
the
not.
in the first segment.
I did a lot of schmoozing in the pregame.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean
And-
Momo is the queen of sidling. I don't know if you know what that is, Cap. You don't go to
Sidling.
locker rooms very much.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Oh, I've seen Momo sidle.
Yeah.
No, she's
Can
really
I
good.
walk out with you?
Yeah, describe sidling.
You want me to do it or
Yeah,
George?
one of you.
No, Momo, go.
Okay,
Yeah, Momo.
sidling is basically you wait for usually when people do interviews after the game, there's a big crowd of reporters and everybody gets to ask a question and everybody hears the same thing. You got nothing exclusive. And my general move is to wait till after the scrum where everybody is and just talk to somebody afterwards or walk out with them and have a
Right.
private chat, a private conversation where they could theoretically be
Tell
more
you
honest.
stuff that they're not
Yeah.
saying to
Well,
interviewers.
there's a bazillion cameras around, and everything is going to be broadcast everywhere.
So you're like breaking it off into a little private moment.
Yeah.
A little private conversation. You're
Pull 'em
sidling
aside.
for a little private.
You know, like when somebody says, "Come over in here into my office."
Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
Yeah.
But it's like you do the walkout. You know, you
Yeah,
do
right,
the walkout.
right.
And a lot of times it's because I'm asking feature questions or I'm asking
Right.
stuff that's like not germane to what happened in that
Right,
game.
that's so you can write your really long articles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I don't want like everybody's
ones
writing a
Mason
game
won't read.
story, and I'm
Yeah.
like pulling something that's going to run 3 weeks from now that has it's not related to the game.
Yeah, I don't read Momo's articles, but I bookmark them.
Okay.
So I can go back.
Can you at least
That's
click
nice.
it so I get
If
the-
you want,
so
if
I
you
get
wanted
credit for
to
the
read
click?
them, you could.
I could because I've got them bookmarked.
You know
so
what
I
would
know.
help me more? If you
I
click
clicked
on
on
it and then pretend scroll through it
Yeah.
Right.
and leave the window open.
Do you
so
get
that,
credit for
yeah,
that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because they do time spent reading. That's a metric. They
that's good.
So you don't actually have to read it. You could just open it up and scroll.
scroll it,
and then
and
I
you-
get more credit for
Ding,
time
ding,
spent
ding.
reading. Yeah.
You get credit.
Yeah. Just do that for me.
All right.
What happens when you get that credit?
I don't know.
They say go
Well,
write
they just
another
they
long
notice
story.
when
Yeah, they
Ramona writes
notice.
stuff.
Yeah.
When Ramona writes stuff, it resonates.
Yeah, it cuts through.
Yeah,
That's
it does. It definitely does.
That's the what you're always aiming for. Cuts
So
through the noise.
I wanted to ask you, Shadano, and you, Cappy.
sure.
There is Momo told me today, and I guess this is buzzing around now, that Into a Dome is not selling out.
No, it's not. Outside of the
You've been
first
there a few
game,
times.
I did the second game, and the second game was not. So who did they play?
Was it Oklahoma
Not
City?
the second game, but the second game that the nationally
Was it
televised game.
Phoenix?
No,
Phoenix was the
the
first
first
one.
one. So they were full there, and then because a lot of the
Oklahoma
people
City
were in
came
like
through
the,
there. San Antonio came through there.
Some of the lower bowl seats looked empty, but it's because people were in those lounges or whatever. Like he didn't want them to do that,
Yeah.
but nonetheless they were still hanging out there. Who was they played the second game? I don't know. Whatever.
Because like the get-in price for Sunday, the Utah game, is $32.
Right.
Wow.
What's
Well,
the
it's also
get-in
the
price?
Jazz.
Yeah, it is the Jazz.
But still, it's a brand
Well,
new arena. You'd think
I didn't
there'd
go
be
to the
demand.
Raptors game, so I think that was really cheap as
Maybe
well.
that was it. Maybe it was Toronto.
No. I saw you there, George. It was.
Yeah, I did.
went
I
to these
saw you.
games.
Yeah, Windhorse was there too. It
Whitney.
was.
Oh, my BFF.
I know.
Your
I need to know
BFF.
more about this. I
Yeah.
did.
Oh,
by
the
way,
Sixers. Paul
The
George's
Sixers.
game.
Yeah, the Paul
Yes.
George game.
Yes,
Yeah, it wasn't full.
Yes.
Yeah, it was not. Full.
And I guess
Paul
the
George.
wall's not really full.
Not
The
even
wall. The first game was full, but the second game
The
was
Phoenix game, I saw them. I mean, they were actually. I think Phoenix missed a couple of free throws because they really went
Durant
nuts,
and,
right?
and Booker actually referenced it. That,
Yeah.
it felt like they were back in college because it was crazy, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
They had like some chickens they were waving. It was kind of funny actually. But yeah, last game the wall was maybe like 2/3 full, maybe.
What is going on?
Well, it really is a good question.
The
because I
building should
remember-
open itself for a year, right?
Well, you would.
They don't
think
have
that
a huge
they would
fan
have-
base.
right? But you would think that there'd be a honeymoon period where people in town would go, "Hey, I got to at least go check it out."
Yeah, let's see this cool new place.
Right.
That's not happening
Amazing.
apparently.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, truly amazing.
George, what's your theory on that? Like, I think I've heard it's kind of expensive when you buy face value, and the parking is expensive.
I don't know. I mean, I saw their season ticket prices and they were incredibly reasonable. I thought, like well below most big city
Is that a
market
full?
values.
Is that a full?
Full
package?
packages, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't see the individual prices, but I saw the season ticket packages. Like they were like, I was like, wow, that's pretty cheap. Actually, is what I said. And then I just think the other. So there's that. Maybe they're just pushing season ticket packages, right, as opposed to individuals. But Like the wall, by the way, that thing. If you wanted to go there, it's pretty cheap to get in there, like to get on those seats. But you got to be like a real Clipper fan,
and you've got to actually apply for membership to the wall. They're going to vet you completely. They're going to talk to your employers. You've got to have 5 references.
Yeah.
Do you have to have references?
It's like getting into like Soho House.
It is.
I mean, it's insane.
Getting into Soho
Araya.
House. Yeah.
But I would say it's just they don't have enough fans. Like if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But I feel like what we should look back and see what their average attendance was at crypto, and then try and figure out
Well,
what
there's
their
reported attendance and then there's attendance.
No, that's true. But I had been to a couple of Clipper games. Well, now that I think about it, they were always Clipper Laker games.
Yeah, of course. So those fill up.
Yeah. So those don't really count.
And when I did a game there before, it was always like a big, like marquee opponent too. You know what I'm saying? So like, if the Celtics came to town, there'd be a ton of Celtics fans there. You know what I mean? So it was like, it wasn't for me. I don't know what the barometer is because I haven't gone to a ton of games, even when they were at crypto, when it wasn't like a marquee opponent.
At crypto, they were averaging 18,946 averaging announced.
That's announced. That's tickets sold. Right.
That's not even sellout though. 18,946. No. They play seats over 19,000. So.
Maybe let me just throw this out as a possibility.
Okay.
Maybe if you were a Clipper fan, you're like, well, Paul George isn't here. Okay, fine. Kawhi's not playing.
Right.
So maybe
they are winning. They're
6-6.
They're playing. They are a frisky little bunch.
Yeah.
They play really good defense for sure.
They play hard. They got guys you can root for. They kind of remind me of the team before they had Kawhi and Paul.
Doesn't everybody want to go see Kawhi play? Come on, let's go see Kawhi play.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll
hey,
see
Momo.
in April.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Guess where I'm going back this weekend?
Where are you going?
The farm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. You got to hike the dish this time.
I'm going to try. I get there late tonight, though, so it may be
Get
tough.
up in the morning. Get up in the morning and send us a text to the
That's
Let's
what you do.
Go
I'll try my best. I may be able to go after our meetings because our meetings are in the morning.
It is just so weird that Stanford's in the ACC.
It's very weird.
It is weird. And then, Momo, you know what I got the next week?
Who are we playing this week?
You're playing Louisville, the classic ACC.
Yeah.
They're in trouble.
Louisville's going to crush them. Probably. I hope not because I always root for
it's
a competitive
great stadium,
game.
by the way. It is a great stadium.
Yeah, I just wish more people were in there.
Yeah, no one ever goes.
Yeah, no
one
ever goes.
I got the big game next week.
That's a good one. That's always good. It's always
It's at Berkeley, but it's I got the big game.
Oh, Stanford
cool.
Cal?
Yeah,
it's at Berkeley. Okay.
Yeah. Momo, who are you rooting for?
Oh,
I always forget if you went to Cal or Stanford.
How do you forget that?
Yeah,
I mean, really?
Yeah, I do. I get mixed up.
Aren't you wearing a Stanford shirt?
I'm literally wearing a Stanford shirt. I went to Cal.
That's Momo.
Literally, I went to Cal. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you went to
By
Cal.
the way,
I went to watch the big game a few times.
So it's funny. I know somebody. I met somebody who works at Stanford. Okay.
Yes.
And I remember them talking about their family had gone there. This that. I said, "Oh, did you go here too?" And they're like, "No, I went to Cal." And it was like that.
I know.
It was like that.
There is a reluctant acknowledgement from certain folks.
Berkeley's a nice campus though too.
Berkeley,
I mean, it's different.
Yeah,
it's a great
Berkeley's
school.
cool. Berkeley's a great school.
In a way.
No,
Wait,
I
Mo,
mean,
it's not
what's with
Stanford.
the face?
It's definitely
what's with
not
the
that.
face, Momo? What's with the face about?
It's not
about
that.
Cal?
It's just the snooty Stanford in me. It just comes out
It is.
sometimes.
Okay, gotcha.
And by the way,
You're saying things that provoke the snooty Stanford to come out.
Mason, you're an Olympic guy.
Yes,
Okay?
yes.
I mean, you want to talk about?
Do you know that Stanford had the 6th highest medal total of any country?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just going to say.
Country.
What was USC's medal count? USC
Not
wins
even
a ton
close.
of medals.
No,
too.
not even close. Stanford's
Of
Olympic.
any country.
Yeah, Stanford's Olympic.
We got Katie
sports.
Ledecky, so she was like,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
she
a
was-
lot.
Yeah, she had
Yeah,
all the
but
medals.
there was a bunch of them. They have a.
Yeah, cross
I'll
country
send you the
guy
picture
and-
from when I was there last time. There was a bunch of Olympians in this last one. And Mason,
Yes.
because you're an Olympics guy,
Mm-hmm.
their Olympic sports facilities are out of
Yes.
control.
Mm.
Like it's like
hey,
I've
listen.
never seen anything like it.
You want to see a pool? Come on over to
They got a
Stanford.
stadium for their
Yeah.
pool.
Yes, there's a
More
stadium
people
for
go.
the
I
pool.
bet you more people go to that pool stadium than the football game I'll be at in the next couple days.
That's
mean-
terrible.
No,
That's so
look,
bad.
Look, it's a beautiful stadium. And when I went there, it was much bigger. They probably had like 80,000 seats.
Yeah,
it was like
well,
we
they
hosted the World Cup,
right?
you know,
They
at
changed
Stanford
it
Stadium.
in 2006, I
because
think.
there was an acknowledgement of reality. Like we're not going to.
I mean, they played the Super Bowl there.
Yeah,
Super
yeah,
Bowl
they did.
19.
Yeah, I mean, and also, I always will point out, and this is me facing reality as well. Stanford has a very small student population
They do.
compared to other
Private
schools.
schools. Yeah.
It's 6,400 people,
Right.
undergrads, and 6,400 graduates. So a
Right.
total of 13,000. There's like 13,000 freshmen at UCLA. There might be 30,000 freshmen
Right.
at UCLA. There's just not that many kids who go to school there because it's so hard to get into.
And the Olympic sports facilities are that great, George? Like, do they still have all these Olympic sports?
Of
Because
course.
I thought they
Yeah,
got
they
rid
won
of so many
39
things.
medals
Yeah.
at the Olympics.
No, dude. They, as a matter of fact, they are. So when you walk into their athletic facility,
Yeah.
there's this thing like this cool like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like this glass case, right? Of like and it has like a picture of like the most recent national champions, and it's like the last 4 are legitimately within the last calendar year, and they're all like Olympic sports.
Yeah. And we win.
Yeah,
in
by the
like-
way, USC only won 15 medals at the Olympics.
And they win them so often in these Olympic sports, these national championships,
Yeah.
that the young lady who was hosting us there that day told us that like they change it out every season because they win so many that they just have to replace them.
We just kick everyone's butt in like cross country and tennis and swimming and
golf.
Yeah,
golf.
that is awesome.
God, that's
cool. Cool.
Women's soccer,
awesome.
men's soccer.
You know what's also cool?
Oh yeah, women's soccer just started the tournament. They
You know
start
what's
this
you
week.
know what's also
don't
cool?
leave. Where you